Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on the stream. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know if you can see everything I'm doing. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me on the live stream. As you can see, I don't have Tekken 8, the demo, working on this particular stream at the moment. That's because the full release of Tekken 8 is not functioning, even though the demo ran perfectly well through CrossOver. So that's a little bit disappointing, but we're going to turn this into an opportunity because we have the opportunity to run the CrossOver 24 beta. So I've got the beta running here. So if we have a look at CrossOver, we have a new version of CrossOver that's just been released, the CrossOver 24 beta, and it comes with all brand new compatibility with a whole bunch of new games. So we'll be looking at, let me see, Horizon Zero Dawn. So this used to run on Game Porting Toolkit, but it had a slow motion bug. And this has been fixed with CrossOver 24. So I'm going to play this game for probably the first time properly. I also have a bunch of other games that we might try today as well, including Warframe, Mafia Definitive Edition, Anno 1800, and maybe Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. So all of those have been fixed today. So let me know in the comments, are the audio levels good? Can you hear the game correctly? Can you hear my microphone correctly? Let me know in the comments how that sounds. And then I'm gonna play some games. Let me see. I'll start a new game here. And we're going to play a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. Can you check out Hogwarts Legacy, Martin says. Yes, I will check it out at some point. I don't have it installed at the moment, but I will give it a try. Her Vintage Story is now fully supported again on the Mac OS natively. The info isn't updated yet. Vintage Story. What's Vintage Story? I haven't heard of that game. Vintage Story. Well, Hogwarts Legacy does definitely work. The Harry Potter game, it works, and various updates have given good, bad compatibility. Various patches has affected the kind of crossover translation there, but it works. I definitely know it works. So I wouldn't worry about that game too much. There are other games that we can try, other Windows games that we can try on the Apple Silicon Mac. And I'm open to suggestions. I could definitely load some up in the background if you want me to download some stuff. I've got Horizon Zero Dawn downloading in the background as well, and hopefully we could test out a few games. So let me know if these sound levels sound okay. Let me know in the chat. So just write a message, and then I'll be sure to see what the sound levels are like. Have any of you played Horizon Zero Dawn before? I played it to test, probably not that much, like 20 minutes or something, half an hour. So this is my first time. I'm going to give this a go, probably for like half an hour, see how this looks.
You're quite the gatherer, aren't you, little Bast? Now go and see if you can find some...
Bast? Little Bast, okay. Cyberpunk 2077 is definitely possible. Yes, I have tried Palworld. I tried that on my last stream. So if you look at a couple of videos that I've done in the last week, I have done Palworld already. It works great on Apple Silicon Macs.
Children,
Cyberpunk does work properly. Cyberpunk path tracing, ray tracing doesn't work on Cyberpunk 2077. The translation there, I mean, there are no ray tracing games on Mac. Even though the M3 has the hardware support for it, we don't have any games that use ray tracing, path tracing at all. Actual says, I don't think Cyberpunk would work right. It definitely does work right. Cyberpunk works very well on Apple Silicon Mac. Do you want me to play that today? I could definitely play that today. I'm halfway through the campaign, so I wouldn't mind giving that a go. Let me know if the sound levels sound good. I might turn this down a little bit. Hey Andrew, have you made a tutorial on how to get the beta? I've made a tutorial about how to get previous betas. You have to sign up for the beta tester program. So recently Codeweaver's booted everyone out of the beta tester program, but you can just reapply and see if you can get it back in, and then you can download the beta.
He won't hear me.
Hey Andrew, I don't have any Mac computers but I really appreciate what you do. Thank you. I'm not sure why you're watching if you don't own a Mac, but I'm glad that you still like my videos. Maybe one day you'll get a Mac in the future once the gaming situation gets a little bit better.
Looks tight, but I can get through.
Okay, let me show you the settings before we do anything, okay? So we are running at 1080p. That's the stream. That's the nature of the stream. I do most of my gaming in 1080p or 1440p, running super resolution ultra quality. So that's, I think that's upscaled, right? So potentially better graphical quality than normal, and 120 hertz, VSync off, graphics at ultimate quality. So this is like the maximum setting. We are running on the M3 Max with 40 GPU cores and 48 gigabytes of RAM. So we're really maxing out the performance of this game. Oh my god, try those heavy ass games. Cyberpunk is over 160 gig. Yes, I will. Yes, Palworld is working with controllers. I made a tutorial about that on my second channel, so check it out. All you have to do is disable Steam input, and basically that game is working. Okay, good. What do I have to do here? Go into the cave. Let's go in the cave.
Ross said to never go in places like this.
So this game is working way better than it used to work. It used to be like in a kind of slow motion kind of gameplay, and then this time when I'm playing this, the timing is correct. So previously when you run this game with straight up game porting toolkit, the frame rates were good, but the in-game logic or whatever, the physics engine or something, was the timing was like wrong. It was like a slow motion game.
Something up ahead.
Now this is working pretty much perfectly on CrossOver 24 beta. I anticipate this is going to get released in the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Something shiny there.
Actual says, I'm an Apple fanboy, but I'm questioning my loyalty to Apple because of games. That is a completely valid point. Macs are not the ideal place to have games, to be honest. Just getting a game like Horizon Zero Dawn, which is, you know, on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, is it on PlayStation 4? Yeah, it's a real pain, and performance is variable. And you know, a year ago you couldn't play this game on a Mac at all, and it's very possible that updates could break this compatibility in the future. So I understand why, you know, people don't choose the Mac as a primary gaming platform, but it is possible to do, at least with this version of CrossOver and with this version of Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm actually running the GOG DRM-free version of the game through this compatibility layer through CrossOver, and it seems to work perfectly. The frame pacing is good, frame rates are good. B to focus.
A metal door. Closed.
Let's have a look.
Maybe this device I found can help. How do I get it open?
Let's have a look here. So I haven't, to be honest, I haven't played this game very much, aside from opening it, and then I loaded up a save game that someone sent me as well to test out some of the more open world areas, which are later. Okay, that's pretty straightforward.
Changed color.
Yeah. Hi Andrew, did you try Juicant? I think my colleague Mac Pro Tips has been making some videos about Juicant in the Apple Gaming Wiki Discord. There's a lot of discussion about Juicant, the game. Apparently there's a fix to get it running, but yeah, it doesn't render the colors correctly, so you'll have to have a look. There's still work to be done on that. Let's see, I'm just going to continue. Yeah, color problems in CrossOver 23.7.1. I'll try Juicant at some point. Apple fanboy for questioning my loyalty. I read that one. The M3 Max 40 core performing like a 2080 Super. I think, yeah, that's probably fair, to be honest. Don't look at the prices of these computers. They do not stack well against, you know, the equivalent graphics cards.
But the one
on
I
PC.
found.
Do I have to do something here?
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac.
So late to the party is Tekken 8 not working. I'm afraid that Tekken 8, the full release, is not working, even though it worked perfectly well in the demo. So that's really disappointing. I can load into the menu, but I'll just turn this down slightly.
Show me. Show me.
Yeah, I can load into the demo just fine. The demo plays pretty much perfectly, but there's some issue with the full release. I'm not sure why I can't get through the menu.
Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom.
I think a conscience can use the
still have a
fling
party,
trainer.
right?
What's the fling trainer?
Sure we
Christian, hello from Germany. Hello from London. Christian.
Birthday.
Germany Chandler, do you agree? Do you see a lot of performance difference between the 30 GPU and the 40 GPU? I haven't tested the 30 GPU core machine. Game performance on Max tends to scale pretty much linearly. So I would foresee a proportional increase in GPU performance in GPU-bound games.
Why did they die here?
So yeah,
What
definitely
happened?
better. But to be honest, no one really needs an M3 Max chip or this many GPU cores. It's kind of overkill for actual gaming. The difference between a 30 and 40 core GPU could easily and much more efficiently be spent on
Coming.
a gaming console. The PS5 is about $400.
Come,
Definitely
girl.
buy that instead.
Take my hand. You don't belong down there. Come.
So so Aviator King says which MacBooks work well with PowerWorld. I think like an M1 Pro or above, then you'll get
Fell in.
They are
acceptable
the metal
performance,
world.
I'd say. Thanks so much for sharing this. I thought CrossOver was a useless app.
Your face.
Well, to be honest, actual CrossOver is only good for some games. So if you're trying to run a specific game and it doesn't work, then it is useless. But if you're just interested in expanding the number of games you can play on a Mac, then games like Horizon Zero Dawn just happen to work really well. This is, of course, in beta right now, the 24 release. Hopefully it'll come out in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Does gaming work well on the Mac Studio 2 Ultra? I made a whole video about games that work on the Mac Studio M2 Ultra, and yes, the games do work well. Some games do work really well.
Starting tomorrow?
However, there is a bug with CrossOver and certain games. So, for example, if you're trying to run Cyberpunk 2077 through an Ultra chip, whether it's the M1 Ultra or the M2 Ultra, there are some like major performance issues, which is way worse than the equivalent Max chip. It's to do with the fact that we have two CPUs mushed together into one chip, and it's a bug that has not yet been fixed. Okay.
I'll be shaking.
Yeah, folks say that Apple doesn't have a gaming platform. You don't understand that Apple has made more money from games than all 3 of the current gen platforms. Apple makes so much money from the App Store through App Store gaming on iPhone and iPad. And it's crazy to think that it completely eclipses AAA gaming in the traditional sense. Just out of curiosity, are you also streaming from a Mac? I'm streaming from a PC, so I'm actually using a PC with an internal capture card. And I have my camera attached to it. That's my whole desk setup. And I'm using OBS on a Windows computer, and I am streaming from this Mac here using an HDMI cable. I find it the most efficient way to do it because the PC has basically unlimited storage. So I have about 40 terabytes of internal hard drive space, so I never have to worry about running out of storage. I don't have to plug loads of cables in because everything is inside the computer, and so I don't have to worry too much. Whereas if I had a Mac Studio or something, then that could do an even better job at doing OBS streaming, but you'd have a lot of trouble, with storage. Like, let's say an M2 Ultra, let's say I buy 1 or 2 terabytes, it's just not enough storage space. I'd have to attach more and more stuff, and and it's not as convenient as having a PC which you can really customize the internals. I really think that with Apple computers, the real advantage of a Mac is the portability. I can take this computer and I have so much, I can take the full power, the efficiency of that. I can have really long battery life. I could run games through CrossOver and it would have relatively poor battery life, but I have the option of both. Whereas if I'm in a static, I'm at my desk, right, and I want to, I don't care about efficiency that much. I don't care about having low heat or low power usage, because I'm on my desk, right? It doesn't make a difference, right? Whereas on a laptop it makes a huge difference whether something is like really hot or runs really hot or uses loads of battery. And so I think that the Macs really run well, the best when they are in their portable form. That's where their advantages are. So that's why I use a PC as my main kind of streaming computer as well. Well, the graphics in this are gorgeous, aren't they? Look at these. Look at the way these reeds move around the character.
There. Now stay low.
Little one.
No, Aloy. Such machines are called watchers.
Wing Chan, I used the latest C patcher provided at GitHub to patch the latest CrossOver. I tried to play CST, but it crashed very soon. I'll have to do another Counter-Strike 2. I'll have to do another Counter-Strike 2 test at some point, because a couple of people have said that CS2 has been crashing. I'm not a regular Counter-Strike player, so haven't really been keeping up to date, but obviously CrossOver is one of the most popular apps to use on it. Is probably Counter-Strike 2. Oh crap, whoops. Oh, been saved.
The Watchers saw you, Aloy. You'll have to try again.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna focus on this bit now.
Now keep
Try
low
to.
and follow me across the trail to that tall grass.
Let's have a look.
Oh, another one. Let it pass.
Hey Andrew, what are the specs of the Mac I am playing on right now? It's the M3 Max. 40 GPU cores, 48 gigabytes of RAM. So quite a beast of a machine.
Come, back this way.
So the graphics settings of the game, I showed them earlier in the stream. It's basically on Ultra 1080p with
Wait for it.
super scaling, ultra scaling. So higher than normal quality for a 1080p. Have I tried City Skylines 2? I haven't tried that yet. I've heard that it doesn't run that well on Game Porting Toolkit. It can run on Parallels apparently, but very poorly. I will try it at some point. It's on my list.
You did well.
Anyone can download the CrossOver beta now, or do we have to wait for actual release?
Now stay close.
You
That hurts.
need to apply to the beta tester program, and I don't think that they're actually letting anyone use it at the moment. They're being quite strict with the beta tester program. So if you type in beta, the word beta and tester and CrossOver into Google, you'll see the details of the program. They removed a lot of people and they changed a lot of the rules of the beta tester program recently. So unless you are a power user of CrossOver, I doubt you can get it now if you don't have it already. So make sure to sign up for it
Smiling at us.
in between beta periods, because they might let you in then. Not sure. Andrew, you should try AMD FSR 3 for Cyberpunk 2077 and your game. The game you're playing on right now, it'll probably double the FPS and AMD FSRs like MFX. Yes, I have heard that the FSR 3, the mods for Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy, they do improve performance quite a lot. I need to join that guy's Patreon and check it out. I think some Mac stuff or Mac Pro Tips, those YouTube channels have done some testing on it already. I'll do it at some point.
Ha! Get!
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines start.
Are you using DualSense controller? What's the fix for it?
They're best approached by stealth.
I do have a DualSense controller. I haven't tried it. I'm playing with keyboard and mouse at the moment.
You'll see.
So that's my preferred playing tool.
Now, I want you to find some rocks that fit the cup of your hand.
Okay, let's pick up some
Why?
rocks.
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use
Rocks.
them. Those will do. Follow.
Okay, 3 rocks. Okay, let's have a look. So, I've been using AverMedia capture card. Works very well. Okay, yeah.
There's the herd. All right. It's time to throw some rocks.
Yeah, I'm using an Elgato 4K 60 Mark II, which is an internal PCIe card.
Draw them into traps.
Probably similar to the AverMedia one. I think there's a new releases, right?
Warn the herd.
I just like having internal cards, so I like having a setup where not too many cables attached.
Unless they
Try to reduce the complexity of it,
Now
to
you
be
stay
honest.
here on the ridge. On my signal, throw rocks and draw the watcher over to me.
Why is it so stuttery every few minutes or seconds? I don't feel like it's stuttery. For me, it's buttery smooth. I hope the stream is fine because it's saying that I have an excellent connection, even though I'm running this stream through 5G. Oh, got caught. Is anyone else finding it stuttery? Let me know in the chat.
Try again.
As far as I can see, it's buttery smooth on my end. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm supposed to distract them. Okay. Age of Empire 4 work on this by any chance?
Try again.
I'm not sure whether Age of Empire 4 works yet. Let me see, let's distract them. So I've distracted them. Am I supposed to do something else? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's murdered that one. Good. It's gorgeous how this character moves the reeds.
Come, girl, it's safe now.
I'm not sure it's that realistic, but it's very responsive, isn't it? There's something about it which is that's good.
Harvest a kill so I can teach you how to make arrows.
Take all.
Good. Now,
Okay.
gather stalks of ridgewood from the plants over there.
It's a stuttery mess. Is it stuttery? I don't think it's stuttery. I think it's nice, smooth. I mean, we're running at 60 something, 60, 70 frames per second. And my connection onto YouTube says that it's good, so imagine. Are you just looking at the frame
Stalks as
graph?
arrow shafts and metal shards for arrowheads.
Okay, so craft. Select this and craft. Oh, that's
Good.
quick.
You'll never run out of arrows if you know how to craft what you need.
Oh, cool looking archer.
Let's put those arrows to use. Follow.
Limit to 60 FPS. Okay, let's try limiting. Let me see if that helps at all. So, let's see, can I... 60. Well, it's also the fact that I've got 120 hertz on. Let me just try that. Let me know if that makes a difference. It's not actually limiting the frame rate. What did it do? Let me change this to 60 hertz as well. Hopefully this won't disconnect too long. Just give that a second to come back. Okay, 60 hertz. Turn the VSync on. Yeah, good point. VSync on. But if we turn it on, then we won't be able to see how fast this M3 Max can go.
Aloy, they heard you. Don't be so noisy this time.
Dad's really annoyed with my... I'm just too distracted by chat.
Let's put those arrows to use. Follow.
So is this a smoother experience? Because, you know, this is... running at pretty much solid 60.
It's time to make your first kill, Aloy. Strider.
If I put the FSR on balance, then it's going to be rendering sub 1080p, which is, I mean, 1080p shouldn't be this challenging for an M3 Max.
It's hard
Let's
to
see.
think, but there are spots where it is vulnerable. Like its eye. You guess another.
Scan the Strider. Scanning.
The cat is still on its back. Is that a weakness?
Yes. How did you guess that?
The device. It showed me.
The device.
That plaything? Good strike!
Dunzos. Okay, this is the furthest I've got in this game. I mean, I haven't really played much of this.
You did well today, but you have much to learn.
For me,
Tomorrow,
the audio is
try again.
not stuttery at all.
What was that?
That boy. The one running the brave trails.
Follow Aloy, quick!
Okay. Hi, Mac Pro Tips. Welcome to the stream. There's some audio crackle that's not supposed to be there. Let me turn up my... Okay. Why is this running at 50 frames? Why? Let's put this down to... Let me see. What's ultra? I'll put it down to quality. Okay, we'll put it at that. Slightly blurry, but it's okay. The audio, please. What's wrong with the audio? Do you want me to turn it down, up? What do you think I should do? Abinga says, I have an Intel Mac and an M1 Max. I feel like there is something wrong with the Apple GPUs. The GPUs is always stuttery. Even when using boot camp. On Intel 1, NVIDIA gaming is always the best. Is the Elgato busted with Horizon? Is it? I do all my game recording last few months on the Elgato, so it's connected directly to the motherboard, so it should be fine.
Time before the machines find that boy and kick him to death. But if I shoot, it'll cause a stampede. Trample him.
Audio got crackly after you turn on VSync.
But I can see the paths they take.
Stop
Okay.
telling stories.
Do you want me to turn the audio on or off?
I'm not. I can sneak through.
You will not.
Let's have a look. Audio weird. Audio weird. So output device. Display. What can I change? Restart the game. Let me just check. Let's change the audio device. Is that better or worse? Let me know in chat. If not, what I'll do is I'll disconnect the HDMI cable and then I'll plug it back in. Let me know. Is that an improvement or not? Let me know. Let's have a look. Bitrate issue. Could be, I guess. Let's have a look what's happening. It does not like the fact. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to disconnect my. Disconnect my HDMI and then plug it back in. See, you can see in real time what I'm doing. And let's plug this back in. think my game. I think all this command tabbing is killing my game. Has crashed my game. Are you happy? Let's put this on. I'm downloading Warframe as well, so hopefully this is gonna. We can test that out later. Okay, I think my game has crashed. I'm gonna restart. Hopefully, I've got my progress saved. Running the GOG version of the game, so it's the DRM-free version. I will turn VSync off and put the frame rate onto to 60 FPS limit. Have I tested Witcher 3 yet? I've tested Witcher 3 pretty extensively. It works very well on Game Porting Toolkit. Apple Silicon Macs can run my Steam games very well if they run bootcamp Windows. Yeah. Okay, let's change this. Let's change the display to off, VSync off. Okay, let's see if that does anything. It's either bitrate complication due to OBS and Mac memory. I'm a Mac lover, but Macs have a hard time streaming. I'm not streaming from a Mac. I'm using a separate PC to stream from. It reduces the technical difficulties, I hope. Introduces some more complication though. Wouldn't be Mac gaming without a crash now and then. Yes, that's true. Especially when we're running beta software in translation layers that the developers of Horizon Zero Dawn never intended for this to work on. When they make changes to this game, they don't care how well it works on a Mac. And you know, this beta from CrossOver
Tomorrow
is,
we
you know,
trade again.
got released yesterday.
What's that?
That boy! The one running the brave trails.
Follow Aloy.
How is the audio now? Is that different? If it's not working, then I could change game. Let me know. Let me know in the comment in the chat. How is the audio? Because I want your audio. I want the audio to be good. Because people are saying that it happened. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at this crackly audio. Oh, that's a very boring topic for a live stream, isn't it? Okay, let's see if it is something else. Let's see if it's the. Let's try and change the MIDI setup. If we tweak this, will this help? Often tweaking this. So it sounds like so it's working fine until the VSync switch. Who cares? Still crackly if you pull the stream on another device. Let me hear it. Okay, I might try that. Let's get the device open. This is... Now I can't hear anything. Let me have a listen. Let's look at me live. Come on, guys. It's connected directly to the yeah, I can hear it. God. There's always technical issues. Well, you know what? I do have another streaming card, which I can plug directly into. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if this does not manage to... Be right back. Okay, like everyone, I actually have another card, which I'm just gonna see if this will plug into. I have a USB card, HDMI. Let's have a look. Just see this, if I can get this to connect. Thank you very much for saying I'm a nice streamer. It's only nice if I can actually get the stream to work for once. Oh my god. Let's see if I can get this working. Okay, let's try something different. HDMI this side. Please bear with me. Look, this is better. I'm gonna connect my my USB HD Elgato to this. Boring. So boring sometimes. It's not detected for whatever reason. Let's see if I can get. Let's go and try something else. Okay, guys, is there still audio crackling here? Because I'm connected through my HDMI port rather than the USB to HDMI. Can people? Well, let's get the audio correct. Audio needs to pipe through the actual HDMI socket. So it needs to go. What does it need to go through? Yeah, let me try with the game. Let me just figure out, what do I need? I need to put this through. Yeah, that's correct. It's coming through my it's coming through my actual. Should be coming through here. Oh, it's because I changed the audio in the game too. Oh, that's That's better. Okay. Okay. Chat. Audio. Good. Bad. Thank you, Mac Pro Tips. Defeat the audio crackle. I hope. Yeah, the mic audio is from my PC, so the Mac is streaming the audio and the video. Still crackling. Still crackling. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try one thing. Let's quit. I'm gonna try one more thing, which is change my audio. Got so much crap attached to my computer. Yeah, I changed the. Oh, okay, no. Let me try if I can. Let me try a different game. Actually, let me try a different game. Let me try now. Now let me quit out of this. Okay, let's try. Let's try anything else. Literally anything else. Let's try this. Alessandro says, "Can you show me how to run a game that I downloaded from the internet, not from Steam EA?" Yeah, you can. Well, depends what game it is. Can't run Tekken 8, so let's try Tekken 7. And if this works fine, then I will try something else. Your OBS audio frequency needs to match your Elgato frequency. If you change one, what is the frequency? Frequency. So go to properties. I can hear this one crackle. I can hear it a little bit. Okay, crackle. Sucks. Okay, it's still crackling. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt. Oh, Warframe. This is Warframe. 44 hertz. Okay, let's try this. Let's try fixing this. This didn't happen last time, and I had pretty much the same. Let's try. I'm just going to tweak these audio settings. It's fixed. Really? I can't hear anything though. It's fixed. Yeah, but my monitoring is not working. Let me just fix this. Okay, let me load up the game again. Let me load up. This is fun. Is this fun? I mean, to be honest, right? I love setting up games. I love fixing games. Like, this is why I like playing. This is why I like Macs and gaming, because it's like PC gaming, but like on hard mode, right? Mac gaming is PC gaming, but with extra steps. Okay, the problem is I can't hear the game now, so let me just make sure my monitoring settings are correct. Okay, let's see if it. Yeah, I can only read. Sorry, Davey. I can only read when I'm looking at my chat, and I have it in my teleprompter. Okay, is that audio working? Yeah, there's no sound. Let's see. Sound. Okay, so I have. Is that crackly? I can see the audio mix going through the stream. So it's definitely working. You can hear it, right? It's working, right? It's working too. I pissed off the Mac gaming gods. It's fixed. Yes, fixed. Success. Thank you everyone who helped. Wait a sec. Thank you. Guys, it would be... No, ray tracing ain't working on this. I'm not touching any more settings. Yeah, 15-second lag, that's about right. It's the nature of the beast. It's the when you stream, it kind of buffers, and that helps with the connection. And I think it's just the way that YouTube works, and all streaming platforms work. So guys, have any of you actually played this game before? Is this a good game? I mean, I've heard that it's... People ask me for years, like, can you get Horizon Zero Dawn working on a Mac? And finally it works. But do people really care? Do people really want this game to work? Also, its sequel is coming out really soon, so maybe that's going to work on a Mac too. Who knows?
Stop telling stories.
Gaming is more fun after I've solved a plethora of issues to get it running. On a Mac, right, I think that there's something extra satisfying about getting a game like this to work, because it just shouldn't, okay? This is like, it's a smartphone chip stuffed into a desktop computer that costs $4,000, right? None of this should work. It's a DirectX 12 game. No one intended for this to work on a Mac. And, you know, people don't really believe you if you say, like, oh yeah, my Mac can run this, like, excellent AAA game, even though it doesn't, you know, it never was designed to do.
We need to do this slowly and quietly.
Okay, it's gonna work. Thank you, Mac Pro Tips, for the super chat. Have a great stream. Thank you very much. Are you heading off now? Okay. Piss off. For sure, type from my Mac CD. You got me into CrossOver, Mac Pro Tips. Okay, let's get past this dude.
Can't let them see me. Oh no, the Butcher saw me.
Oh, okay. Need to do a stealth bit properly. Stalker 2 is all I need. Is Stalker 2 out? No, it's nearly out, right? This extremely long grass. It's very appropriate. It's very appropriate for a stealth portion of this game.
I need to move slowly, quietly, so I can see
This
the path.
effect of being able to see the path, this V effect is graphically very good.
Got to be careful.
Nice. Andrew, you're the best. Can you try Counter-Strike 2? Yeah, okay, I'll try it a bit later. Did you try any Xbox games like Forza? No, Forza won't work. Forza Horizon, it won't work. Do you think AAA games come to Apple Silicon, Max, because of Game Porting Toolkit? I actually didn't really think many games are coming because of Game Porting Toolkit.
I need to see their paths.
Personally, I think that Game Porting Toolkit is a very interesting concept, but from a business perspective, it doesn't change anything really. Like, developers, might find it slightly easier to port the games because, it can already run through this translation layer, and so maybe they can use some of the information they get from this to skip a few steps during development.
The Watcher saw me.
Ugh. But really, in terms of AAA game, in terms of gaming on a Mac, you have to remember. I mean, this is an argument I made in a video before. The fact is that there are thousands, tens of thousands of iPhone, iPad games that are fully compatible with the Apple Silicon Mac, but developers and publishers have chosen not to put that, that binary, that mobile binary, onto Mac, right? And the reason they do that is because they don't want to support the Mac. They don't want the extra work that's involved in adding keyboard mouse support, adding controller support, etc. They don't want to do it, right? And that's a fully developed port. A game like Call of Duty Mobile, if we sideloaded it onto a Mac, it would work perfectly. If Activision allowed Call of Duty Mobile to run on a Mac, it will just run. And that's one of the the biggest games on the platform in the Apple ecosystem, right? And there's a fully ready to go port, and they won't do it. So porting, the difficulty of porting isn't the problem, isn't the issue with gaming, with ports, right? Activision won't port Call of Duty Mobile even though it's done, right? And so Game Porting Toolkit as a concept, I think, is doomed to failure because it's not going to encourage more ports.
Oh no. The Watcher saw me.
The only way to encourage more ports is to actually pay, for Apple to pay people to make the ports. So things like Death Stranding, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4, these are basically paid ports, right? And the only way to really get this to work, I appreciate that they've created Game Porting Toolkit D3D Metal. That's a real revolution in gaming, but I don't really foresee that many more actual updates to D3D Metal. Where am I supposed to go? Yeah, I'm supposed to be that way. I don't really see many more updates happening. It doesn't really benefit Apple that much. Now it's funny, would it run on VR? No, VR's not working on Apple Silicon Mac, I'm afraid. VR's kind of dead, I think, I think that like PlayStation VR is kind of a failure in terms of sales numbers and adoption. I read this article today about the Quests, the actual monthly users. They sold like the monthly user attach rate for a Quest is something like 30%, like the active users. So people buy a Quest, only 30% of people actually use it month to month. My Quest 1 is just sitting in a box. Don't really desire to use it much. And I don't think VR support, Steam VR was supposed to come on a Mac in like 2018. And obviously with Valve and Apple split, they decided not to do it. So, and the Vision Pro, that's an AR device, not a VR device. So yeah, I consider VR kind of dead. Davey Max says, I think GPTK will basically take advantage of all the work Valve has done to get Windows games to run on Steam Deck, so whatever company's response is to Steam Deck will propagate the benefits. Well, it's funny we talk about that, because Tekken 8 released today, when I was supposed to be playing it today, and Steam Deck users couldn't play the game,
Boy, should
even though the demo worked fine on the Steam Deck. Now, there's a Proton hotfix which got released, which is work done on Valve's side
we'll go home.
to fix the compatibility.
Follow.
But, you know, it shows that these big companies, big releases, there's like 40,000 people playing
know the
Tekken
way.
8 on PC right now. And, you know, it doesn't work on the Steam Deck properly, which is kind of shocking, really, that, you know, companies don't care that much. And they're going to care about Macs even less than they care about the Steam Deck. Dimmer says, I think people still think Macs are not for gaming. Yep, that's true. They're not really for gaming. Tim PB says, trying to play the desktop version through BlueStacks. Yeah, are you talking about PlayCover? Now that Microsoft owns them, there's definitely zero chance they'll ever be ported now. Yeah, very little chance of Call of Duty Mobile being ported. I hope Valorant Mobile works on Mac too. What is Valorant Mobile? No. Apple already did the difficult part of mapping DX to metal for the one project. Yeah, that is the difficult part. But what Apple need to do, follow through properly. They need to make a Proton-like compatibility layer. Don't really see it happening. I don't see evidence of...
Let me have a look.
It's been several months now since D3D Metal 1.1 was released. And I don't really see... I'm not sure that Apple will invest more resources into it. I'd love to be proven wrong on this. I'd love to see more work done on Apple's side, more work done on Valve's side, more work done on CodeWeaver's side. I just don't see it. I don't realistically see it happening.
Matriarchs brought you to me.
So the matriarchs, they know?
Vision Pro is both AR and VR. Vision Pro is not VR. Yeah.
Aloy, we are outcasts.
They didn't use the word
How do I make
VR
them
or
tell
virtual
me?
reality in the entire
There is a way, perhaps.
Vision
Tell
Pro
me.
announcement.
It will be dangerous.
I don't see any VR
It will
applications,
take
just
years
AR
of
only.
training.
I don't care. How do I do it?
Rob Topjara, try Persona
me.
3 Reloaded.
The proving.
It just released this
The
week.
tribe's rite of passage held every
Okay.
year. Those who pass
Oh, for a second.
become
Yeah, okay,
braves.
sure.
But to the one who wins,
Right, there was a
the
DX to Vulcan
matriarch's
translation
right of
issue,
boom.
wasn't it? Yeah. In for the
Yes, whatever the winner wants.
Then I'll do it.
in for the head. Warframe Mobile coming in February. Do you think it'll run
Whatever
through
it takes.
PlayCover?
I'll win
The anti-cheat DRM stuff for mobiles tends to be quite strong. I have Warframe running here, so
Let's get started then.
I think
Training will be hard.
one of the new games that CrossOver 24 has compatibility for is Warframe. So why not just run the full version of Warframe rather than the mobile version? Are they different? Let's skip this. It's hiding a loading screen. Did I see the announcement about Apple allowing game streaming on the App Store? Yes, I did. It doesn't really affect Macs very much because we already have game streaming apps. You want to install the native version of GeForce Now, you can just go ahead and do it. If you want to run Xbox Cloud Streaming, you can do that quite easily too. Just run it through the Safari and you've got it. David says, my point being, Steam Deck uses Proton, which is basically DirectX to Vulkan mapping for graphics side, plus Wine for the rest of Windows API usage. GPTK is Metal to Vulkan mapping plus Wine. No, GPTK is, yeah, well, it's DirectX to Metal. It's not nothing to do with Vulkan. It doesn't make use of DXVK either, even though it is had to attribute DXVK. It all relies on CodeWeaver's Wine contributions at the end of the day, and Apple provided the DirectX 11 and 12 to Metal mapping, but there is lots of work left to be done, and yeah, there is. It is nowhere near as good as Proton and the Steam Deck. This crossover thing, without a lot more investment, is never going to be as good as Proton. Proton is like magic, right? Ooh, we're older now. Nice. I'm not sure you'll see this, but I have Days Gone and Sons of the Forest working very well. Yes, I think I tested Days Gone and Sons of the Forest works well. If Valve make a wine level fix, it will benefit the Mac. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the Proton hotfix. It should be portable to Tekken 8. I hope someone figures it out, or CodeWeaver figures it out. Have you heard of anyone playing Enshrouded on Mac? I tested Enshrouded. There's an error message you get on the demo and on the full release saying something about graphics device not found, so that's not going to work for now. If Valve makes DirectX to Vulkan mapping fix, it will have no effect on the Mac. Yeah, I mean GPTK is DirectX to Metal. Yeah. Thanks, Davey. I understand what you mean. It's just my take is that there's just not much. There isn't a huge amount of future left for this. It's all, enthusiast stuff, right? CrossOver only has a few thousand users,
Where is he?
right? Like
2 days
I
before
don't really know how many there are, but I'm guessing like
he wouldn't do that.
30,000, 50,000 users, right? Something like that. Whereas the Steam Deck is millions, right? And the platform holder, Valve platform holder, actually invests money into this, much more money than Apple does. Ooh. This is cool. So we're in the open world part now.
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he here? Where's he gone to?
Graphics on this game are
What's he
immense.
doing up there?
This is
He's
a gorgeous
just
game.
Standing there. What's going on with him?
I'm so curious if the Xbox app can run on CrossOver. You don't really need an Xbox app. You just need a browser.
Aloy,
So curious if will City Skylines 2 work? I think it does, but not that well.
Did you want to be alone?
Does this cost money? Yes. You need to buy Horizon Zero Dawn, the Windows version, and you need to pay for CrossOver in order to get this to work.
you've learned to hunt, learned to survive.
My character's aged, Aloy's aged, but the dad
Teach you.
hasn't. No.
Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll always learn what you have to teach.
Hey, now Proton is not translation. Proton is running on an x86, so it's only referencing the API calls. For Max CrossOver is actually changing x86 to ARM. Isn't that Rosetta 2's job? Changing x86 to ARM. ARM64.
You've gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows.
I don't know.
What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Is Cross Time just a
Once you have
year,
the
a
parts,
subscription, or
you
a
will meet me
lifetime?
there, at the gate beyond the
Technically,
bridge of Mother's
when you
Heart.
buy CrossOver Plus, which is a license for 1 year of
Think I should
CrossOver,
embrace?
you get every single
Yes.
version of
I'll
CrossOver
be on
released
your
in that
way.
year. So let's say CrossOver 24 releases,
I'll go gather the parts, but
and
I
you
guess
have a
I'll go
valid
pay Carson a
CrossOver
visit.
Plus subscription at the
Aloy,
time,
that
then
man
you get
breaks the
CrossOver
law
24
every time
forever.
he
You can
speaks to
always, in 5 years' time, you can come back
And
and
I'm
download
glad he
CrossOver
does.
24.
I want to buy a
However,
Trailcaster and
it
no
is
other
sort of a
trader will
subscription
sell to
because a
outcasts.
lot of stuff breaks,
Stock it with
and those fixes only are only included in the later versions of CrossOver. So,
That
for example,
sounds
if you had
ominous.
CrossOver
All
22,
right. See you at the
I don't think
meeting.
Windows Steam would even work on CrossOver 22 anymore. You need the fixes from CrossOver 24. It is effectively a subscription, and you can buy. Equally, you can also buy a lifetime license
Something's
as
really
well,
bothering him.
which is about $400 something. Well worth it if you have the spare change. Map. Ooh, gonna go a really long way. Gorgeous. Okay, is there any way to play PUBG on the Mac? Nope. Sorry. I think is there a cloud way of doing it?
The
No.
embrace.
PUBG is one of those difficult to
My
run
whole life
games.
I've never gone beyond this valley. That'll change after the proof.
Technically, PUBG could run quite easily, but anti-cheat basically boots you out of the game straight away.
2
So
days, and I'll know who she was, and why I was cast out at birth.
is the screen tearing as visible in game, or is that
Alright,
the stream?
Time to gather the
I have
parts
no
for some
screen
fire
tearing,
arrows.
but it could be the
I should
stream.
find a herd.
I have limited the frame rate to 60 Hz, so it shouldn't be affecting you. They announced the other day that game streaming apps are now allowed on iOS, so it's pretty likely official Xbox streaming apps will come to Apple. Yes, I foresee that happening very soon. Maybe they'll release it on the App Store. Oh, this game is gorgeous.
Look out below!
These guys are much easier to kill when they're not one of you.
Please, I need your help.
Who's talking to me? Somebody needs my help.
Please.
Thought PUBG can run in parallels.
Want to talk to an outcast?
Yeah, I don't think it runs in parallels. I think
Whatever
streaming
the
platforms are going to
consequences.
take over for Mac
What's the
gaming.
problem then?
I don't think
Do that.
streaming platforms
Forget about me.
will
It's my daughter Arana. She's in danger. She went after
will
a
take
scatter
over,
near
I'm
Mother's
afraid.
cradle, and I fear for her life. I can't even.
People have been saying streaming platforms gonna rule the world. Maybe in another 10 years, I don't know.
I'll do what I can to help your daughter.
I will.
Sure she's
Is
all right?
FSR3 going to be working frame
How
gen?
can you?
Yes, it does work on specific games like Hogwarts and also Cyberpunk as well. I will test it out at some point. How do I heal? How do you heal in this game? Heal, heal, heal. Medicine pouch Q. Where am I going? Does any version of Street Fighter work? I'm afraid not. Street Fighter 5 works, and it works in parallels as well, I think. But not Street Fighter 6, I don't think. Look. Okay, just want to say thank you a million times. Loved your content. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, it's saying here, YouTube is not receiving enough data to maintain smooth streaming. It's going to buffer. Oh, it's saying my stream status is poor, so maybe I will... I think my internet connection is... My internet connection ain't so good. You know, despite living in the UK and supposedly being a first world country, I have terrible internet, so I have to stream through 5G. Sometimes my 5G connection don't work so good. Let's have a look. Resac no longer works. Is there any alternative? No, I'm afraid not. So the Resac guy, I think, you know, you're a victim of your own success. He was saying that he had like $400 or $500 of like hosting fees he had to pay for all this data that he was hosting. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like I'm buffering now. I think I might reduce my stream. Let's stream something a bit more simple. How's my internet speed? Sorry, the stream is not working so good. I'm just going to see if it wouldn't be Mac Gaming without some kind of technical issue. Just going to make sure it's not something on my end. Let's see. Let's have a look. Still bad? Let's have a look. Can you change the bit? Can you change the bitrate? Change. Wait, can I change the bitrate during an actual stream? Settings. Let me just change my output. I want to go down a bit into 7,000 kilobytes per second. Is that better or not? Let me know. Do I have Starlink out there? I'm afraid I don't have Starlink. I'm using a 5G router because okay, I've changed my bitrate to 7. So I was on 10,000 kilobytes. I'm going to put it down to 7,000. Let's see if this is better. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue gaming. See whether this works. Okay, let me know. Let me know if this is still bad. Oh god, I've got no ammo. I think you need to craft some rocks.
This'll help.
Going to hide. I've turned down the streaming bitrate slightly, so hopefully it's going to make things a little bit smoother. Yeah, crossover needs a few years to get the most of the bugs fixed.
You weren't looking for me.
Ooh, let's move. Ooh, let's go.
Back to your business.
What is Mythic? Is that a game? Okay. Okay, I need... The real objective of this map is to actually do some... to gather some fire arrow stuff.
Arana's still in danger. What else do you need?
Let's have a look.
You said Arana went to Mother's Cradle?
Yes, southeast of here. I forbid her from going, but ever since her mother died, she's become impossible. Damn it, look at me.
Yeah, so Davey, we do have
Father
Starlink.
that can't find his
I
living.
saw it in Costco.
Please.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's any
help
good or
me set
not.
things right.
Hopefully
I'll be on
later
my
this
way.
year I'm going to be moving house and I'm going to get a faster internet connection there, I think. Need some fire arrows. Save. Manual save. It's gathering. It's a cornerstone of every game, gathering. I meant to have Starlink available. It looks like all the UK has coverage. The thing about Starlink is that it introduces a lot of latency. I think I'm going to stick with 5G for now, just because I've invested a lot of money in it, and it works fine most of the time, to be honest. And once I move house, I'm going to get myself a gigabit Ethernet connection.
That must be Arana. Sounds like she's in trouble.
Help! Somebody, please! I'm stuck up here.
Up where?
Somebody, please! I can't get down.
Can't- Is somebody up somewhere? Where is this lady?
Somebody, please! I'm surrounded.
I can't help her, I've got no ammo. It's very handy these places to have all these neon signs. Gather, gather, gather. Stream go bye-bye. Okay. Compared to M3 Pro, do you see any significant advantages gaming on the M3 Max? Yes, there's just way more overhead. But that is not an endorsement. You shouldn't be buying higher end Macs to get better game performance. That's really something specific to me and the way that I work.
Time to see cars to get a tripcaster. Cars around.
Did the stream go off? No, this is the same stream, I think.
Yes. Looks nervous.
Is this back where I was?
Well, well, well. An outcast on my doorstep. All mother protect me.
Surprised you saw me the way you keep looking every other direction to make sure no one's watching. Careful there, or you'll sprain your neck.
It's always a pain in the neck when you show up, girl, one way or another.
Last time I visited,
trade.
you had a tripcaster available for trade. Still got it?
I do. But you'd need to bring me a scrapper lens. What can I say? Special weapons don't come cheap.
Oh,
Scrapper
I can
lens,
pay.
eh?
Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that. Show me.
Tripcaster. I think I need more it's like a crossbow or something.
Now that you've got yourself a tripcaster, practice. My life's exciting enough without a bunch of shock wire booby traps to trip over.
Really? Could have fooled me.
Thanks, Toki. Good. I'm streaming from a PC.
I guess that concludes our business.
All right.
Ah, I got 46 views. That's enough. The core guys are here. Okay, everyone else who left, yeah, we don't need them. We don't need them. You guys that are left, you're either. Let me see. How do I change weapon? Yeah, you guys that are left, you're the core people. With the real dedicated fans. Oh, that's cool. Can I retrieve this now? It's like a trap.
What is it now?
Is there a reason why you're acting so cranky today?
Once you run the proving and get made a brave, you'll deal with traitors in Mother's Heart. Maybe I don't like losing customers.
Interesting.
Traitors who don't break the law and deal with outcasts, you mean?
We had to come back manually
Days of
like
crime will be
cavemen, yeah.
behind us, so long as you
Ah, don't
keep
worry about it.
quiet.
Okay,
I guess
let's
that concludes our business.
All right.
Okay, let's have a look. Will Apple bring more AAA games? I mean, no doubt they're going to bring more and more games to the Mac. It is inevitable. But the real question is, are they going to bring enough AAA games to the platform? Because, you know, over the last 12 months, we're going to be having like Death Stranding, Resident Evil 4, No Man's Sky. There's like a AA game like Stray. There's like 3 big games. And to be honest, they're all a little bit old. And the year before that, we had Resident Evil Village. You know, is it enough to have small games that come out. Is it enough that we don't have like proper multiplayer games on a Mac? You know, games like Pal World, which has been an absolute hit, but you know, didn't really make a Mac appearance except through CrossOver. So you know, is it enough? Is it enough to have you know, just a handful of AAA games on the Mac? Personally, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to self-sustain. Can I climb up this here?
Trees are getting dense and tangled.
I need help.
Yeah, this ain't Zelda.
Help! Somebody, please! I'm stuck up here.
Stuck up where? Oh, there, I see. Need to kill these guys somehow. I can make a trap here.
That must be Arana. Sounds like she's in trouble.
Somebody, please! I'm surrounded. I'm stuck up here. Yeah, get rid of them, please.
You're going down.
Let's see this guy run through my traps. Cling. I'm gonna go through my traps. Come through my traps.
Follow up.
I don't have any arrows left. My arrows. Okay, go through my trap. It's too clever for that, eh? I was lucky. Almost died. Sorry, my mind glitched. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yep, that's it. The game kit will help. Okay, let's see. Where do I get this
Can I
lady
talk
down?
to you for a minute?
Okay, getting some wires. I used up all my resources.
I just want to thank you. Thank you. I thought those watchers were gonna tear me apart.
Your father sent me after you. It's time to go home.
I figured. But I can't go back until I get my mother's spear from that scrapper.
Spear.
That spear must mean a lot to you.
My mother made it not long before she died. I can't believe my father lost it.
Toki says it's not enough. You need to be released at the same time as consoles, PCs. Yeah,
I know.
there are virtually no
Just can't
AAA
stand the
games
idea that
released
it
on
might
Mac
be
at the same
gone
time.
forever.
I mean, Death Stranding is like director's cut is like 2 years old.
I'll look for your spear.
You
So yeah,
will?
it's coming out next week. I'll
Thank
record
Go
it,
find
but
your father.
it's an old game.
His leg gave out while he was searching for you, just south of Mother's Heart.
Apple TV.
No.
Yeah, that's the
Okay, I'll
beauty
go
of the
to
Apple
him right away.
ecosystem. If everything uses
again.
the same chip, it should be really easy to port. But like I said, no Call of Duty on mobile on a Mac. You know, what's that about? This is Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Who knows if that's going to work? Still early, I guess. Let's go to campfire. It's manual save. Might use this spot to benchmark in the future. This is a great benchmark for CrossOver 24. Yeah, Tekken 8 didn't work, I'm afraid. Full release doesn't work. It's a shame it doesn't, because the demo worked really well. What makes the CrossOver 24 beta special? Well, games like Horizon Zero Dawn work out of the box, whereas they didn't work in CrossOver 23.7. Okay, maybe we'll try a different game, because I need footage for other games. So, guys, choices. Planet Zoo, which is now working on CrossOver 24. So Planet Zoo, Mafia Definitive Edition, Warframe, or Anno 1800. Which one should I do? Death Stranding is old news. That's right, Docky. It is very old news. Who cares? But it is coming to mobile devices too, and it's like on a discount price. So if you really want to play it on your phone and your Mac and everything else, and your iPad, then maybe that'll work. Okay, guys. Planet Zoo, Warframe, Mafia Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 3, or Anno 1800. Let me write this in the chat so so people can actually read it. Maybe I'll just copy and paste my notes.
If I can't find something, maybe my focus can.
Let's get my chat in. Oh yeah, I put that all in one line. Planet Zoo, Warframe, Mafia, Age of Empires 3, Definitive Edition, Horizon Zero. Oh, I'm already playing Horizon Zero Dawn. What the hey? Okay. I'm gonna give. I think I see CS2. I see Mafia. Docky says Mafia. Docky is a paid up member, so I do think one perk should be doing what the members say. So any other YouTube members, people who pay money towards the channel and support the channel, should get a bit of a say in what I do next. Apple could force devs to have all their iOS apps available on Mac, but that would irritate developers alongside killing the argument that they're making in court that all app stores are separate. Yes. I mean, gatekeeping the Mac App Store is not as important as iOS, because we have Macs have open
I could check my focus, see what it
open
sees.
software anyway, so it's not like it's that important. The ability to sideload anything. I mean, we have Steam on a Mac. Mafia or Warframe. I think I'm gonna do Mafia. Okay. I think Docky gets Docky as a member. You have the privilege, and we got Mafia quite a few times as well. So let's do it. Let's make sure we save and then play a bit of Mafia. And make sure I back up the save game in the future. Horizon Zero Dawn looks like quite a cool game. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Okay, let's see. Did this not finish downloading? Oh my god. I thought this finished. I'm pretty sure it did finish. Because I downloaded it on... Yeah, Assassin's Creed is coming to Mac as well, Docky. Just make sure this is working. Let me just check this game is available to play. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. We're gonna try this out. Let me just quit this. Let's load this up. I will try that out on Mac. I'm not sure it's going to work through CrossOver. The only thing holding Apple back from flipping the iOS app to macOS Switch is the fact that Macs don't have touchscreens and the game in the iOS store only works through touch. I mean, technically that's true, but if you load up a mobile app through the App Store, you also have touchscreen emulation as well. So let's see. Let me load up a game. that's from the Mac App Store. We have anything? Yeah. I don't have anything. But basically, if you're using an iPhone, then and you're running the app through Mac, then you have the ability to do touchpad emulation of the touchscreen. So you can map your touchscreen, your trackpad to the actual game to the screen itself. This should not be doing this. Wait a sec. Let me just check. Just give me a moment. I'm going to check because this downloaded on my other computer. This downloaded. Oh, there should be an ability now to drag and drop exe files on CrossOver 24. So let's see if that works. Oh yeah, that works. Let's try that, run that. Okay, have you already tested CS2? Well, I haven't tested it today, but it should work. Obviously, CS2 gets updated quite frequently. So Counter-Strike 2, the compatibility of that game changes quite a lot. Also, people have been running with DXVK and Game Porting Toolkit, D3D Metal, with msync or esync or off. So the last thing I saw was that if you run it without esync or msync turned, if you run them with turned off, then there's more stable. But I haven't confirmed this. I don't play CS2 that much, so I haven't tried it. Do you use the footage from your live streams to edit together your main videos and performance reviews? I will do. So my OBS is recording a high quality local stream as well. And so we're going to use that to edit my video. I can hear a bit of crackling in the audio this time, which wasn't there on Horizon Zero Dawn. So I wonder how bad it's going to be. It seems to be capped at 30 Hertz. Is it capped? Let's go to in-game settings and look. Display edges. That looks about right. Brightness is fine. Anglais. Okay. Yes, I can copy games straight from my other computer, but I actually have a NAS, so I can run both. So I can, what I do on my computer is, it means that my PC can download all the Windows games as well, which is quite handy because I have 2 internet connections, so I can max out both of them. They're both relatively low speed internet connections though. Okay. Touch emulation work for apps, but not games so much. Yeah, that's true. I can hear kind of bad audio. Why is the audio bad? Why is the audio bad? Can you guys hear it's a bit crackly and not in a good way? Let's have a look. Okay, let's go to, let's on high. Field of view. Pump it up. I like 90 normally. 90 vertical FOV. That's the max. Full screen. I'll put this on full screen borderless. Does that help? No, full screen's probably better. Why is the audio so bad? Why do we think the audio is bad? Let's have a look. Let's try the game out. Let's have a look. Let's let me put my inverted controls on. No crackling on your end. It's coming through on my end. I don't know what it is. I'm glad your account got resolved. Thank you everyone as well for helping with this copyright strike on the second channel. I think it really helped that everyone contributed their thoughts and amplified the issue a little bit, because I think without that I wouldn't have got the attention of the CEO. Can I try 1440p resolution? Yeah, I'm not gonna for this particular I will do it in future streams to go to 1440p, but because of my internet connection is limited to 1080p, then I'm just gonna stick to 1080 at the moment. Switching resolutions is a bit weird in OBS. It means I have to reset up all of the webcam and everything, which I don't want to do right now. Is there an easy way to switch on and off the screen display, the FPS and performance stats without going to terminal every time? Yes. You just look at my screen here. So you hold down. The shortcut is Shift F9. So on a Mac, you've got to press the function key, Shift and F9. That's going to toggle the metal HUD. So you can have that on or off like that. So I'll turn it off a little bit. Okay. Okay, is there an easy way, like, okay, how to download 24 beta? So you have to be part of the beta tester program. Very unlikely that you're going to be able to join at the moment. They've been quite restrictive in who can join. I'm going to skip this intro. I want to get into gameplay. Guys, let me know if how the audio sounds.
You Tommy? Thomas Angelo. Detective Norman. You alone? No self-respecting badges coming in here unless it's the health inspector.
What can I get you?
Just a coffee. Thanks. Dip your beak. No, thanks. Suit yourself.
So Mafia Definitive Edition is like the remake? The remake of the game?
Proposition for me.
The original game, which released a few years ago.
Well, if you're looking to set up a gravy
Not too bad.
train, you called the wrong cop. I'm not looking for any associates.
Good. Because I'm on the nut.
I'm the nut.
Can't
What does
even
that
pay for
mean?
the coffee. But I got plenty to trade.
So anyway, Destructo Disc, I hope that answers your question. People ask me this question all the time. I mean, it's like,
Caught my teeth in Empire Bay.
I will make a separate tutorial video about it because it's,
Right out of the gate.
people ask this question a lot, and it's it's not written well in the documents about how to toggle this on and off. Best to have it on all the time. The terminal command at least. So in CrossOver, you need to have that terminal command run before you launch CrossOver, and then you can just toggle it off in every game. If you use an application like Photos, then it will appear there. Anything that uses the Metal Graphics API will toggle this on, because you just toggle it off using Shift F9.
Wife and daughter.
Okay, I'm gonna skip. Let's skip to gameplay. Let me skip this. Skip. Offer you can't refuse. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, getting a bit warm.
I mostly drove nights because the money was better. It was at the end of one of those shifts.
You see here, I'm wearing my Code
when I first
Weavers
met
t-shirt.
Ali and
It's
Sam.
part of the swag. Get. Yeah, the counter toggle is Shift F9. graphics are really good for this game. You describe Mafia as an open world game, right? There's like driving and a city that you can navigate and objectives that you can do out of order, right?
Where to? Anywhere. Fast.
Ooh, mouse sensitivity is way too high for me. Let's change this. Controls, sensitivity. Sometimes with CrossOver, it just interprets the mouse differently. Okay, let's go.
They catch up, we're dead. But you don't get to walk away.
I don't want any trouble.
Well, you got trouble.
This works surprisingly well.
How the hell they knew we'd be there? It doesn't matter now. We just gotta lose them. How many cars we got following? One for now. But there'll be more.
Oh. Yeah, this is GTA.
Hold tight. I'm gonna try something.
Oh, I'm not doing that. That is not a realistic way for that car to actually land. Now let's just check what are the graphic settings we've got here. Let's just check again. Okay. Yes, depressing 1080p is on. Global quality preset high. That's good. Yeah, happy with that. And it looks gorgeous. I'm running at 50 FPS? 45. Very good. Gorgeous.
Think we lost.
So,
Who were those guys?
is driving... driving terribly. Is driving in a straight line the best idea?
Okay.
Is this how I escape? Okay, good. Oh, that was easy.
Hurts like hell. When we're back, I'll wake up the doc. I don't know, it might be okay. Just getting the call anyways. Hey, I see you listening, Cabby. You don't get to listen either. All I'm doing is...
Okay, it wants me to follow the map. Let's have a look. So, Mafia 1, they remade this game. Is this the best game? Because I heard Mafia 3 is like... it didn't get as good a Metacritic score, right? Metacritic on the third game is worse. And they chose to, you know, kind of remaster the third one.
Over the Giuliani Bridge to Sent...
Okay, we're at the river. Where am I taking you once we're over the bridge?
Sneeze.
I'm getting tired of questions.
Whereas the first one they did a full remake, right? 'Cause obviously it's the oldest game. But they just thought, yeah, people like the first one the most, maybe? So it looks gorgeous.
More of them.
Ah, shit.
Ram. Oof.
I know some shortcuts that'll slow them down.
I don't care how you do it.
Nice.
Just shake them off.
Mafia 3 was kind of lame in my opinion, but Mafia 2 was really good as well. Yeah. The story of Mafia 3 is good. Okay, let's look at the map. Okay. Oh, I keep crashing. Unlike other... oh god. Yeah, you don't want to be standing still during this kind of shootout. Which Mafia game started off with like in a World War I or World War II like Italian campaign? Mafia 3 was way too buggy, but the story was close to being a masterpiece. Wondering what the game engine is. I don't know. Is it a new game engine? Show us some native res. Damn it. Get out of the way. Why don't you stream on Twitch? Well, really the money I make is from YouTube, really. The live streams are really there to tap into the existing viewer base. And I've heard that there's a lot of issues with press F to flip vehicle. It just seems like a bit unrealistic. I heard that Twitch is bad for discoverability. I mean, most of the people who come and are watching me right now, they know me from my YouTube tutorials, and I think that they expect, a Mac game stream is a bit different from a normal game stream. Where we're benchmarking, we're testing, we have technical issues, and I think my viewers understand this. I think on Twitch, I don't think people get it, right? People don't go to Twitch for Mac game stuff, you know? I mean, I could stream this to like restream.io and then stream it to Twitch and YouTube, I guess. But I just don't think it would work as well. Mafia 2, yeah, Mafia 2 had the army intro. Because I remember testing it out years ago on the Apple Mac. It used to run through parallels, okay. I'm playing this game terribly, so it's really hard to drive with a keyboard and mouse. And I'm a bit distracted by the chat. Oh, terrible. In GTA 5, right, if you crash it into a lamppost, right, it would just collapse straight away. But here, these are like immovable objects. They should get dented a little bit at least. There is a lot of roadworks happening in this game. There's like roadworks everywhere.
We're not gonna last long unless we're back on our own turf. Let's get back to the neighborhood.
Oh, I should have rammed him. Drive to Little Italy.
West Harbor Bridge, cabby, fast.
This car's got so many bullet holes in, I don't think this would work. Okay, Mafia 2 started like that, Godfather. Does Palworld work? Yes, I did a stream on it like on Friday, so it works very well. Just check out my video tutorial on it. I have 2 videos, I have 3 videos on Palworld on Mac now. So,
just sit tight and pray.
have the Zelda 2 problems on Ryujinx been solved?
Never done that before. Me neither. Okay, so little.
I'm gonna release an emulation video on using the base M3 Mac. I'm working on it still. And the Ryujinx on
I think you zip it tight. Talk it through.
Tears of the Kingdom works okay. Like on an M3 it's like 30 FPS. If you have a more powerful Mac, it'll work better, of course. A lot of creators say it's difficult for discovery, but a lot of them start from YouTube and move to Twitch. Yeah. I mean, the thing about Twitch is that I feel like it's a place for career streamers, right? I'm not a career streamer. I just stream when I feel like it, basically. Okay, and I don't really want to keep a schedule. It's not something I'm really interested in. Keeping an actual schedule, and you know, I don't want to make money through getting people to pay for super chats or whatever the Twitch equivalent is. I'm not that kind of creator. What I would be more interested in is if more people watch my my long form videos, which are basically, you know, half of them are just tutorials really about how to get certain games working on a Mac. And you know, the last Palworld one I did, you know, I only had like 50, 80 concurrent users, current watchers, but you know, less than what I've got right now. And but the video itself, the stream itself, has been viewed, you know, 12, 13,000 times, which is not too bad. You know, every time I stream, it seems to be, I get more and more views, right? So I'm quite happy with that. I will think about Twitch. If anyone in chat knows any other YouTubers or streamers like myself who are doing this kind of technical stuff rather than like game entertainment, then let me know, because I'd be quite interested in maybe replicating that. The cars are bricks, solid steel everywhere, and the wheels are all iron. It's true. They made cars different back then.
Compensation for your services. Any damage to your car. This makes us square.
I don't think that makes you square. You just trashed. You put this taxi driver's life in mortal danger.
Don Salieri wants you to know that he's very grateful. So if you ever need anything, maybe alone.
What is Hitman WOA? What's that? Oh, is that World of Assassins?
Don doesn't forget his friends.
World of Assassins, right? What is that? Is that like, is that different from Hitman 3? What's World of
One
Assassins?
more thing. This matter stays between us. Anyone asks where you got
Is that a
your
good
money,
game?
You won it at poker.
Oh, World of Assassination. Okay.
Scratches on your car.
That came out in
Swear.
that came out last year?
To keep from hitting a little old lady.
Hitman. Oh, it's Hitman 3. Okay.
Of course.
I think I remember when we tried
See you
CrossOver
around,
like
kid.
2021. We were trying to play Hitman 2, and that had a lot of like graphical issues. So I haven't really revisited it with Game Porting Toolkit, but I'd be really interested in that.
When I opened the envelope, I could have had a heart
It's a shame because
attack.
Hitman 1 has
Enough
got
to
a pretty
fix the
good macOS
cabinet.
port, but no one really plays
Barely
it.
enough to buy
Everyone's
another
really interested in Hitman 2, now Hitman 3
one.
as
About
well.
what
So,
Sam said about work.
and of course,
I wasn't interested.
you can play all the levels of Hitman
Money
1
was
and Hitman
concerned,
2.
but
And Hitman 3,
I didn't
can we
wanna
get it
get
to
in
work?
with
Let me look it up.
criminals.
Hitman 3 Mac.
Better to be poor and alive than rich and dead. So, right there, back then,
Yeah, I don't think
I
it
was out.
works. Continue. So the only hit that I can see is Game Porting Toolkit. Oh, someone has got it to run on Game Porting Toolkit, so that'd be quite interesting.
after that night with Salieri's guys, I was back working as soon as I could. But it felt different.
There's issues
You
with
get a
it,
lot
so
of time with your thoughts when you're a cabbie.
yeah,
And other
you
people's
can get.
thoughts too.
I did manage to get a key for Hitman 1 on Steam. You can buy them on key sites still, I think, if they're still available. But yeah, not really generally available for the public.
Always driving.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, what are you waiting for?
This is the first bit I've seen with actual, third person walking. I might just capture this for the channel later, because we're getting about 60 FPS. Get back to the taxi or you're gonna die.
Hurry, I have an appointment.
So where to?
St. Michael's Church, directly.
St. Michael's.
Careful, please.
I always drive careful.
Then you'd be the first.
Were New York streets really this wide? It's crazy. It's like, is it really that wide in New York? Or is this like
Turn that
pre-fire?
racket off. I can't hear myself think.
Did they have trams in New York? This is New York. Hi Chris, unfortunately Tekken did not work. The retail release has some issue with it, which went through CrossOver, whereas the demo worked just fine. So I've been playing other CrossOver 24 games which now are working, which didn't work in CrossOver 23. So played Horizon Zero Dawn earlier, and this is Mafia Definitive Edition, the first game. Okay, good.
Pay attention, young man.
Let's have a look.
Stop
So a
there.
lot of people have said that they can't get Powerwall to work because it says that DirectX 12 is not supported. Commenter in chat, can you tell me what Mac you're using? Is it an Apple Silicon Mac? Are you using macOS Sonoma? And did you turn on D3D Metal? And does it work on DirectX 11 mode? Okay, I'm here.
Here you go. St. Michael's. That'll be 30 cents.
The only tip I'll give you is to stop smoking in your vehicle. Felt like I was sitting in an ashtray.
Does Call of Duty Black Ops 2 work? Yes, it does. The Mac port does work, but the multiplayer servers are separate from the Windows servers, so you won't be able to play any multiplayer with them. The general matchmaking servers. Does Tarkov work? I've heard that the Tarkov single player
Better find a
works.
new fare.
Where do I have to go? Wow, this map is pretty big. I'm using the M3 Max 40 core. So you followed my video to who knows. Ah! I'm not gonna make it. I've got 10 seconds left.
Pull up in front of the gallery.
Oh yeah, got it.
Thanks, pal. There's 50 cents.
50
I'll
cents.
spend it all at once.
Why isn't ray tracing working? Because there isn't a path to translate ray tracing from Windows to Mac OS, and there are no Mac OS. It's a software thing. They need to get actual actual games and software to work on it first to take advantage of the new hardware. There's always a lag when you develop new hardware, and software and games need to take advantage of it. What? RE4 runs better on the M1 Ultra. Okay. For a sec, I thought you were playing Crazy Taxi. It feels like that. What am I supposed to do? Can I exit the vehicle? Walk around a bit. This guy's tweaking. What's that? This guy's going crazy. Like, does not compute, needs to get out of this space. Get out of the way! Okay, I'll move out the way for you. It says I alerted the cops. I don't know what I alerted the cops for. Yeah, crazy. This is a Mac game stream. There are not many of us. There are dozens of us. There are dozens of Mac gamers. Dozens. Oh, terrible driver. I'm not a bad driver in real life, okay? Oh, I rammed the cops. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't see that. I have to watch that replay.
Oh boy, you look like shit.
I've been working since 5. What's your excuse?
Booze.
Figures. Where are we going?
Little Italy. 21st.
Everyone wants to go to Little Italy.
Okay. If I don't tell the cops about the liquor on your breath, you don't tell them when I break the limit. Good deal.
Is this just during like prohibition, so no one's allowed to drink?
Got any good fares today?
Yeah, some. But
Ah!
Jesus, that one hurt.
Oops.
yeah, some. but never enough of them.
Prohibition is like the craziest era of American history. I mean, like, who would have thought that would have worked? Crazy.
Only reason I got you taking me places is I'm drunk and don't know better.
RE4 is crashing. I'm also going to update. Okay.
After the people moving it and selling it.
Yeah, but I've seen him go after guys.
Ruben says, looking to get a MacBook. What graphics card does the unbinned M3 Max compare to using Windows games? I don't know, chat. What do you think? M3 Max 40 GPU cores. What does it compare to? It certainly is not as good as my 4070 Ti. I really wouldn't look at it in terms of equivalent Windows graphics cards, because a Windows GPU is capable of so much more than a Mac. You'll be very disappointed because you know the amount of like AAA or popular games that you can play on a Mac compared to a Windows computer is completely different, right? So if that's your benchmark, then seriously think twice before you buy a Mac for gaming. Have I recently tried Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord? So many people ask me for that. I will try it at some point. Assuming Asahi Linux does one day support Vulkan, would that be the best way to game on a Mac? There is a huge potential for Asahi Linux running bare metal Vulkan on a Mac with all the Proton compatibility fixes, with 32-bit x86 translation as well, non-Rosetta translation at that. But I think that the work of 2 or 3 people working on that project is not necessarily going to be fast enough. Like, I don't even think that they have it. Do they have it working on the M3 chips yet? And have they solved the speaker issue? I don't know, man. It just seems like it would be nice, but it needs a lot more resource to get it to really work. Because you're gonna have like loads and loads of you know, every year Apple release a new Mac, right? A new Mac chip. They don't just release iMacs, they release MacBooks, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, Mac Studio, iMacs. You know, each chip needs to have native Asahi support, and hats off if they can do it, then I'd be very impressed. But at the moment, I just can't see like the work of Asahi Lina, Marken, and then there's another person who does the graphics drivers, Rosen something. You know, they do amazing work, but it's just not. Can they keep up the pace? Right. Not only to develop these amazing graphics drivers and get this all Linux working on bare metal, but also,
How you doing, kid?
you know, supporting the older Macs too.
Dino, Lou.
Like, you know, the M1, M2 chips, M3 chips. You know, an M4 chip is going to come out in the next 10 months, right? It's going to have new features, new screens, new speakers. You know, I mean, one of the major technical issues that Asahi Linux had was MacBook speaker support, because you know macOS has all these features to stop speakers being, you know, volume playing too loud and blowing the speakers, and you know that's like a major issue for that Asahi Linux needs to like reinvent the wheel to get that feature back, right? With and you know, you release one bad update to Asahi Linux, and like a few thousand MacBook Airs might just blow the speakers because you didn't limit the volume properly. So yeah, they got their work cut out for them. It's a huge project.
Yeah.
I don't think cars in those days were meant to take a crash like that. Yeah. Crumple zones. The improvements CrossOver and Wine had in these years are amazing. Remember how much it struggled with GTA 4 in the early 2010s. Yes, it got better and then it got worse as well, because with the removal of 32-bit support, CrossOver introduced a fix for that, a workaround to allow 32-bit software to work on x64 on the ARM64 chip, but it also made games like GTA 4 run really poorly on CrossOver on an ARM chip like the Apple Silicon chip. It works better through virtualization, so you know, one step forward, one step back in a way, but still impressive. James S asks, is gaming on a Mac ever going to not suck? It's always I think to be honest, James, Mac gaming is always going to suck comparative to Windows gaming, and I will say that the last 2 years have been a lot better in the in the scale, but it's it's still a fraction of what Windows gaming is capable of. Looks like 3070 12 gigabytes kind of graphics. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Thanks for the response. Yeah, okay.
You hear that, Frank?
Yeah, I will try out Bannerlord at some point. Speakers are fine now. They've got DSP as well. Okay, what's DSP?
Okay, Tommy Angelo.
And are the speakers the same in... Can I use Asahi Linux on a MacBook Pro 16-inch? And is that going to not blow the speakers either? Joe, what are your thoughts on the future of Mac gaming? Does it look bright or bleak? Seeing both Mac and Linux rising in all things gaming makes me really happy. I think that Mac gaming has so much potential, but it remains to be seen whether it's going to be good or not. From my perspective, okay, there's I think some Mac stuff said it as well. It's like there are games that work on Mac. Some games work on Mac. Mafia Definitive Edition working on a Mac. It's working. How many games does one need to play in their lifetime? Like how many games do you need to have? Like, do I need to play all games? Right, that's a question, right? If I can play some games, enough games that I'm literally never bored in my entire life ever, right? Then is that enough games, or am I missing out by not being able to play Fortnite or the finals or other games natively on the Mac? So that's a question, right? Because most people buy Macs in order to to work, right? It's a productivity device, it's a multimedia device, it's a it's more like a light entertainment device. It's not like a hardcore gaming device. It's not built to be like that. It's built to be an efficient computer, right? It's not designed for real gaming, right? And so the question is, if this Mac fulfills your gaming needs, then it's a good gaming device, isn't it? It's good. But if you're buying a Mac and you're thinking like, why can't I run PUBG on this, right? You're going to be really disappointed. Whereas if you look at it like, well, if you don't care about PUBG, if you don't care about Apex Legends and all these games with these anti-cheats and and to be fair, it's mostly like I would say younger people or people who aren't. I'd say that the Macs really appeal to like people who work a lot too, right? And they don't need the game on it, right? And for me, I have a PC, I have consoles, I have a Nintendo Switch. The Mac for me, I always carry my Mac with me, right? And I only need like 1 or 2 games, really, right? I've Baldur's Gate 3. I've been playing on my Mac for the last few months, and I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. These games, the Game Porting Toolkit's really opened up the opportunity to play some of these AAA games, which otherwise I'd have to wait until I got home to get on my desktop PC to play. And so, it's enough. It's good. It's very good. So yeah, it's hard to say. Is it bad? Well, objectively, yes. But from my point of view, and I suspect a lot of Mac users' point of view, it's actually very good. It's enough, right? It's sufficient, So Linux Starter 2 wasn't up to par with Windows, and look where it is now. It's actually surpassing Windows gaming performance. Yeah, Mac has the same potential. Just needs a lot more kind of corporate support. Mingle. Oh, Ming, MYNG5Es, Mingle. Okay. You should try if Half Sword works. What's Half Sword? Look it up.
Oh, she's gonna sing.
What is Half Sword?
Vinny,
Medieval combat game.
we're doing a little job together.
All right, good. Hey,
That's crazy.
you need bean shooters or what?
That's a demo.
We just need something to write off a few cars.
Let me have a look.
Oh, I got just the thing. This classic should do the
This
trick.
half sword. What engine does he use?
Hey, if the bat don't work out for you, I got a few cocktails here.
It's the Unreal Engine 5 game.
Careful
Okay,
with
maybe
it,
it could work.
Don't want to burn off your short ears. Good to meet you, Tom.
DSP is digital signal processing. Spend a lot of time to improve the frequency curve.
I'll straighten them out.
Well, Tom, I will try. Is there like a big
Come back and see me later.
kind of
Scare yous away.
breakthrough with SI? I think next time they have a big breakthrough with gaming, then like you can't run GTA 5 on that. You can run games like Portal 2 and stuff from like the smaller games from the early 2015s and before. But maybe when we can get Witcher 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5 working on Asahi Linux, then I will go back to that. Do you think, Tom, do you think Asahi Linux is close to that? Will say, have you got Genshin to work recently? I haven't tried it. What was it called? YAGL, yet another anime game launcher. There's some kind of bug with the recent version of Genshin that's not really working. I think the play cover version is still working, so check that out, I think. How do these games work on Mac Pro M3 16-inch 12-core?
You got that, Ralph?
I have a whole video about the that particular version of the M3 Pro. Check it out on my YouTube channel. So I haven't tried these specific games, but you can get a general idea from there. Joe says, why are Apple's decision making so contradictory? They're starting to seriously focus on gaming potential, but they don't care about the gaming community or support. I agree. It's kind of contradictory. They made the game porting toolkit. They made D3D Metal. They opened up the licensing of D3D Metal. They allowed it to be included in CrossOver and Whiskey and porting kit and stuff. But they don't work on improving game porting toolkits wine implementation, and you know there's a lot of things missing, right? I really think that game porting toolkit and D3D Metal are kind of Greek miracles, right? Like Apple just decided to do something completely out of character, and then now they introduced this thing, and it's out there, and we can use it to run these games really well. And you know, if Apple spent a bit more resource, they could have a Proton layer. Now, I talk about this in the video released in December. You know, if Apple just open source D3D Metal, if Apple poured a bit more resource into this to get AAA games working, if they used their authority, their power, and added, you know, and got the developers of PUBG and Apex Legends to add exceptions for easy anti-cheat and battle eye and stuff. You know, Mac gaming could be in a completely different place. People would be able to buy a Mac for gaming, for Apex Legends, for PUBG, for the finals, for all of these trendy, hot AAA games which have hundreds of thousands of players, like Naraka Blade Point and stuff like that. What do you think when Apple for ARM comes out for Snapdragon X Elite and let's say it supports Apple Silicon? Yeah, that ain't happening, I don't think.
Not so much now. That stuff's no
Native support is so much work. Or bare metal Windows on a Mac.
It's good.
I'd love to see it happen, but I really doubt it.
The booze we supply, Tom. It's the places we deliver to. The games they got in these places. Best tables.
How to download this version of CrossOver? You can't download it, I'm afraid. You'd have to be a beta tester. And currently, as far as I'm aware, Codeweavers are not accepting people into the beta tester program. So you're going to have to wait for a full release in a week or two. Maybe 4 weeks. It's normally between 2 to 4 weeks the beta period lasts for. Is there a way to run Frosty Mod Manager? I have no idea what that is. A lot of mod managers work better through virtual machines because they more reliably render the kind of custom GUIs that people make with Windows applications more reliably, and you can, most mod managers just move files around, right? That's what they do. They put files into folders, and I reckon you could use something like UTM for free, VMware Fusion, and you could probably use that mod manager to do whatever you want there and move around the Windows files on your Mac.
You're walking on the
I'm
wrong
not sure about
sidewalk.
gaming on Asahi
You
yet.
gotta
They were
roll
working on
down.
getting
You start
the
getting a sense
X
you need to be
to work
someplace
properly, the
else.
emulator. Fedora
You can
took over
feel it
things and
long
improved
before
a
they
lot.
start appearing
I've
on
seen that
street
there
flashes
are
staring you
several
down.
versions of Linux that can be installed, like Fedora, etc. Is that relevant? Not sure. Should I be testing Fedora on bare metal on an ARM?
Okay, it's close by. Drive careful. We don't need the attention.
Okay, I want to try this half sword demo. Okay, I'm gonna download this in the background. Let's find this on the store. Half sword. See if it works. Let's allow this to download in the background. Did I just crash the game now? Good.
Morello. Goons smoke and jaw up front and leave their motors out back.
CrossOver should release free builds with some limitations so that every Mac user can enjoy gaming. I guess so. A free version might undermine their business model.
Come on, over here. You gotta sneak in and wreck the cars.
Updates on your legal trouble. Well, the copyright strike got removed, and the AutoCAD CEO actually messaged me on Twitter/X, and it's all been taken care of. They apologized profusely, and my channel is no longer in danger of any problems.
You know how to go quiet, right?
Janine asked, when is the official update going to go through?
Yeah, like that. You'll get there someday.
2 to 4 weeks, I reckon, for CrossOver 24 to get released.
Christ, Tom. You got seen.
VMware Fusion was a good option for G. What's G?
But when you're getting beat on someday for making a
Gaming,
big
but
show
Windows
of it,
got corrupted every time. Okay, check main language game. Let's go.
over this gate and up onto their roof.
Thanks. Yeah, the strike is through. Let me just check this is working. Yeah, it's halfway downloaded.
Creep up and jump
Okay. Vault. Let's go.
We're real good at distracting. It's the best thing.
Originally, Asahi had Arch, but then they made Fedora, which has ARM64 support. They update upstream Asahi packages directly. VMware Fusion. Okay.
He's good for it.
What do you want future CrossOver to add or support? Well, I could read.
Hey! What the hell you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? I mean what I say. What the hell?
What I want is Tekken 8 support, okay? So Tekken 8 isn't working. I would like Tekken, so I don't, you know, it would be really nice to see this this working properly. And it wasn't working for Steam Deck users, but there's some kind of Proton hotfix. So hopefully, Codeweavers will take that Proton hotfix and apply it to CrossOver 24. Here's hoping. What's the difference between DXVK and game porting toolkit? Well, DXVK is a DirectX to Vulkan translation there. You need to use that, and you need to use Molten VK in order to make it work on a Mac. Whereas Game Porting Toolkit is a DirectX 11 to Metal, so you miss out the intermediary, and it generally performs way better than DXVK for the majority of games, except for games like Counter-Strike 2. Yeah. Does anyone know how to enable DX12 on a particular game without Steam? Yeah, each game is different. Some of them require command line options in order to get the game to launch. Hey Andrew, what game would you recommend to play on the base M1 Air? Well, all of the AAA games scale really nicely to the M1 chip. Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village, No Man's Sky, probably Death Stranding.
Look on these mooks' faces is gonna be priceless. Oh, crap. Hey, get away from the car. Knock it down, Tom. That hurts.
Apple's strategy with game devs to Mac appears to be saying, look how big our iOS market, can you port it to macOS? Will that start working?
Yeah, you got that nice and good. Why not? He said he was on fire. Yeah, Morello's crew would have heard that.
I don't think that strategy is working, because if it was truly viable, then we would have games like Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile working on the Mac, because the iOS port is basically a Mac port, yet it's still not happened. Oh, on earth do I get here? Oh, we're taking this car. Have you tried Infamous Second Son on Mac?
Straight through the gate. We gotta get out of here before the bull show. I got one, Tom. There's shooting.
There isn't a PS5 emulator. There isn't even a PS4 emulator. So getting Second Son to run on Mac, that is long shot.
Oh, shit.
Come back in 10 years. Let's see if someone's made an emulator for that yet.
So, what do we do?
We lose them by driving real fast and getting clear of them.
Sounds good.
Right now they're pissed. But let's not get them real pissed. Drive, Tom. Drive.
Fortnite on iOS made a ton of money. Yep. And imagine how much money Epic lost by not having Fortnite on iOS and iPad for all these years. Epic lost so much money from not having Fortnite on Apple devices. It's crazy. Because I knew so many kids who were playing Fortnite on iPads and Macs and iPhones.
Some street cops, sure. But Morello's got the chief in his pocket.
So the iPad Pro has an M chip. Yeah, the M chips are not the same as the Mac desktops though. They're less powerful. They're quite a lot less powerful though.
How'd what feel?
Taking out the guy. Taking Dino's car.
If I donate money, will you show? Yeah, I'll show Gamer Native Res. What res do you want it at?
Don't get better. Drive careful. We don't need the attention.
Bruce,
Think it's for you?
put your money where your mouth is,
What's it to you?
Hey,
and I'll
just asking questions.
deliver the goods.
I like asking questions.
I doubt that every
And what do you consider native res as well? Because the when you look at a Mac screen, we have Retina screens, which are basically double pixel density, and by default, right, when you run a game on a Mac, right, it won't do the display. It won't give you the correct res, because the actual screen resolution of a MacBook Pro 16-inch is actually it's almost 4K, like 3456 by something like that. 17, yeah.
Nah, geez, watch the road.
So native, right, is like non-pixel doubled, and you know, almost no games run properly at that resolution, not without severe performance issues, and not without using generous use of FSR or Metal Effects.
10 years go by and I'm still there.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Tell me, what do you want me to do? What do you want? What do you want, and I will deliver.
To be in a family, you had to have more connections.
Let me get to the next save point. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for becoming a member. Let me come to the next save point, and then I will change the resolution of the screen.
There's plenty of us who came in off the street. I'm thinking we get you in front of the boss, then we tip a few.
Well, I don't got plans, so...
Sure you don't got plans. Plans are to feed Vinny so much booze that Luigi has to roll.
My favorite game on CrossOver is probably get in the car. I think Cyberpunk is beautiful on CrossOver.
Sure you don't drive. Careful, we don't need the attention.
Okay, let's
Sure
go
you
here.
don't got plans. The plans are to feed Vinny so much booze that Luigi has to roll him out the door again.
How do I save?
Well, what happened to the
Let me just follow
car I
Paulie.
sent out with? Dumped it. Well, why? It was a boiler. This one's
I'm
better.
assuming that this has saved my game. Okay, let's try. Well, we'll do some testing and we'll see how it goes. Because, okay, so in order to increase my resolution, I'm running this at, okay, I'll use Switch Res X to do this. So the way I did this on my Mac is to actually change the resolution of the desktop screen. So I'm going to do that now by going to Switch Res X. So I use this application called Switch Res X, and that changes the desktop resolution. Okay, so specifically I go for 16:9 because that's good for content on YouTube. However, I can choose a different desktop resolution. So 1800p has been requested. So if I look at this list, see, that's actually a scaled resolution. This is the one, is it? Wait, what is the actual? Let me just see. Is that the right resolution? It's certainly not the right refresh rate. That's 4K, right? $1,800 is close to. Okay, I need to find 100. So I want something 1800p. That's a 16:9 resolution. Okay, and I want the. Is there a 120 hertz version of this? No. What is that? Let me just see if there's 120 hertz versions. Apparently not. Okay, let's do it. Let's do 1800. 2880. 2160. Let's see. Yeah, that is 4K. Let me see if that's going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. Because my screen has changed. Oh, it does work. Thanks to my internal 4K capture card. Okay. Everything's teeny tiny. I mean, I'm so close to this computer. I want my head right here. You can see. My head's here. I can barely read the writing on a 4K monitor. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's change the settings. Okay, let's turn. I think I need to quit. I want to quit. Quit out of the game. Let's quit. Because we're still at 1080p. It's one of those things I think you need to quit out of the game for. I don't really care about the progress I've made so far. I mean, this is obviously a decent game, but I don't think I'm gonna finish this later in my own time. Maybe Horizon Zero Dawn. It's more of a kind of gamey kind of feel. Okay, let's do it. How can you appreciate some teeny tiny screen like this? Okay, let's find the game. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. This is such a cool idea for CrossOver 24. Enzo's asking about something. Is Apple in trouble for using AMD FSR on their Metal FX? AMD FSR is open source. Anyone tried Mafia 2 on CrossOver? It should work. Definitive Edition. I will try it later. What did Enzo ask? I heard Apple displays are garbage for esports response times. Yeah. I've heard that too. I don't care about like sub-pixel response times. There we go, sniffles. Can we even load this game at 4K? Does this game support 4K resolution? This is basically a scaled 4K res. Thanks to your video, I can play my favorite game. Is that Fallout 1? What method are you using to run Fallout 1? Parallels, UTM, Fallout CE? Which one is it? Ah, here we are. Glorious, glorious 2160 4K resolution. Full screen on. Okay. See that metal HUD? I can barely see it. I can barely see it in the corner. So the menu is running at 30 FPS. I'm gonna have to change the graphics settings a little bit because this is terrible. Quality preset, let's chuck it down to medium. Low. Yeah, let's put on low because it's literally 4 times the resolution of what I was running before. Fallout 1 with the CE version. Is Fallout 1 CE, does it run well? Because last time I tried Fallout 2 CE, the game itself wouldn't alt tab correctly. Okay, the game does look a lot better. I mean, I know on the stream you can only see 1080p and it's only at 7,000 kilobits per second. But I don't have any aliasing issues. There's way more from the way I can see it, from this beautiful screen here. I think it looks great. You can't tell from the stream because you're only seeing 1/4 of the resolution, but it looks great. But we are only getting 30 FPS, so it ain't good. It looks gorgeous, yeah. 4K, oh my god. What's happened? Ooh, it's a big one good thing is that I suppose the metal HUD is much tinier. Yeah, it is much sharper. You know, at the high resolutions, you don't need aliasing at all. Anti-aliasing.
It's done.
No trouble?
Yeah, nothing we couldn't handle, Mr. Salieri.
Good, good. Sit down.
Can we know what's new on the CrossOver 24 beta? Well, games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Mafia Definitive Edition '1, both work out of the box, plus a bunch of others, which I might test tonight if people still watching. 91 concurrent viewers.
I'm a businessman. I do everything with this.
We got other games too. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, Anno 1800, Planet Zoo. All these games that people really want.
He's a hothead, and all that anger burns out the brain. And when he gets mad, he gets stupid.
You got nothing like that to worry about with Tommy here. He was aces the whole way, boss.
I'm glad to hear it. I got a growing business here. We could use a guy like you to help out around the bar. Maybe run some errands, make sure the bills get paid on time. You up for that?
Okay. Have I tested Apple's new dynamic caching? What the hell's dynamic caching? What's that? 1440 will look better than 1080. Yeah, that's true.
But you need to understand we have a few rules.
You can
here,
answer
so you listen
anyway.
and listen good.
Does World of
First,
Tanks work with the new
no cursing on the
better
premises. There's a million
than the
words
existing
out there.
wrapper?
And the man who needs to resort to fuck this and fuck that.
Maybe,
just
because
feel
the World of
guilty.
Tanks is a crossover
We don't deal in the hard
wrapper
stuff.
anyway, isn't
I
it?
don't want any dope fiends in this neighborhood. We'll let Morella poison his own
Yes, you
people
saw.
if
Yes,
that's
we are
what he
watching.
wants.
Thanks, Andrew, worth the sub.
Finally,
Parasite in
stay out of
City
trouble with the cops.
is free. Let's test. What's
We only have a
Parasite
few
in
on the
City?
payroll. And if you cross the line, the rest will come after you. You understand?
Yes, Mr.
Let me look it up. Parasite.
Then I'm going to only ask you for one more thing, Tommy.
What on earth is Parasite in City?
I don't keep Paulie and Sam around just because they're strong.
This is
Our guys
Mafia
out there bigger and
Definitive
tougher than
Edition,
Easter.
the first game,
And I
the
don't
remake.
keep Frank on a payroll because he's smart. Though he is an artist with the numbers. All these guys
It's like Godfather.
in this room, they're here because they have the
What
only
games make
thing
use
that
of dynamic
matters.
caching for M3? I found that the new hardware features
should
like ray
matter to
tracing,
any of
they
us.
don't seem to have made much difference.
You know what that is, Tommy?
Because hardware support comes first and then software needs to follow.
They're loyal.
And software hasn't followed yet. It's only been a few months.
That's right. Now you stay straight with me, you're going to be living the high life, Tom. But you abuse my trust.
Don Celier.
Yes, this
You
is
won't
the
ever need
remake.
to
It looks
worry about
great,
me.
doesn't it? When did Mafia 1 must have come out a long, long time ago.
Okay, then. Welcome to the family. Excellent. Now I'm starving. Luigi, let's eat.
Welcome.
I've just brought me a Coke.
A barman Luigi is not much of a cook. But his daughter Sarah.
Running this in 4K on low, and our temperature is... What's the temperature like? So, performance GPU cores, I think about 80, high 80s. Not too bad, considering how much translation is happening here. Windows to macOS. What on earth is the fast app switching gesture? I'll just use Command Tab. Is there a secret thing I didn't know about?
The guys busted balls and told stories.
Greetings, I purchased a 4K 120 capture card and thought about making videos on all my MacBooks and the M3 Max, but you pretty much have it covered. Love the content. Anxious Nation, I do encourage people to do it. I won't be doing this forever. You know, it's a lot of pressure to put on me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this forever. The M3 Max. I don't own an M3 Pro or any lower end computers. If you have an M3 Max with 30 GPU cores rather than 40, that's more interesting data points. I don't tend to like testing games in extremely high resolutions like this, 4K, because I find okay, I admit this looks better. Like Bruce,
Collection day, boys.
it is way better than 1080p. But the sacrifice that has to be made. I mean, right now this cutscene is running at 25 FPS. Fine for a cutscene, but as soon as you get, it's the amount of headroom that's available. It's better for a game to run at 40 to 60 FPS for like all the time, rather than dipping under 30.
And see Santa Michael. They need to believe you'll protect them.
So let Morella
Apple should buy CrossOver and build it into Mac that plays PC games. Yes, agreed.
And everyone pays up.
What Apple really needs to do is to do exactly what Valve did, which is to have a large internal team that works with CrossOver to develop Wine, both for the Steam Deck and for the general open source community. And so Apple need to contribute to Wine, they need to open source D3D Metal, they need to do all the stuff that Valve have done in order to make this, make the Steam Deck and the Windows a great gaming platform. Everything that's Valve have achieved, Apple could easily do, and they've got the money for it. Okay, and they've got people like Nat Brown who are working on this, but they just need to like push a little bit more. Open source D3D Metal, and so much could get achieved. It's crazy.
I saw this, and I thought of you.
Ooh, a gun.
You ever carried a
Kind of
rifle?
revolver.
Shot him at the fair a couple of times.
Right. That don't count. Pointed at the target over there.
As expected, 4K puts in at 70
all
degrees.
nod at me. Good posture, bang. Brain all up the walls. Okay, now show me a reload.
Reload.
I open the chamber and away you go. All right, last thing needs to be hidden. Stick it in your belt. Good to go.
Fun fact, the guy who made the original game, Daniel Vavra, left 2K and made Kingdom Come
Thanks,
Deliverance.
Vincenzo. I appreciate it.
Hey, the Frank and the boss is Vincenzo.
That's a good game.
To you. It's Finn.
So Bruce says, Apple letting CrossOver use Game Board to Toolkit might be a first step, but a whole team would be amazing. Yeah, I agree.
Frank's got you out on collections, huh? Shaking guys down. Any time of the week, any time of the day. He knows how much the whole damn city owes us.
Nidoran says, if we install Linux on M2 base A, it's better gaming experience than macOS because Linux has Proton. I don't think Linux is game ready yet. macOS is still better. CrossOver is still better. Like, you're never going to run a game like this on a Saki Linux. And if you move to Linux, then you lose all the macOS games too, which there are plenty of. How well does Diablo 4 work on the Mac Mini M1? Not very well if you have less than... You need 16 gigabytes of RAM to run these big DirectX 12 games. So, yeah. It ain't going to work well if you have the base. I really wanted macOS to support VR games. That would be my dream, but it's impossible. Yeah. Imagine if Apple decided to have hardware Vulkan support. Not gonna happen.
Please, Tommy, come on.
VR doesn't work even on Intel Boot Camp. It does work on Intel Boot Camp, I think, but I think you need like an eGPU to get it to work. To get the necessary speed, because you need each eye to render at like a minimum of like a 1080p vertical resolution at 120 Hz. You need some serious power. I think I might skip this drive because no, I need some driving footage. Let me get out of here. 4K driving footage. Thing is that I'm recording this in 1080p, so if I use this in a video, it's going to be teeny tiny. Good.
Hey, Ralphie, I said.
I'm gonna skip the drive. Skip the drive. Why The Last of Us Uncharted does not work? You mean on PS3 or PS3? They do work, but they just... Well, Uncharted works. It's a bit terrible though. Last of Us, not sure why it doesn't. I've done M1 out once below 60 by settings before work Diablo. Do you have more than 8 GB of RAM though? That's the question. I reckon VR gaming is moving away from connection to a gaming machine to standalone headsets, yes. But I don't think VR is the future of gaming.
Sam, Polly, how are you?
We're good. How's little Julie?
I've talked about it earlier in the stream, but I just don't think it's... People who buy standalone headsets like the Quest, they just don't use them. You look at the article about Quest users don't even use it on a month-to-month basis. You know, only 30% of Quests that are sold are actually used. What am I supposed to do in this part? Did I miss something? Am I supposed to put Sam's lead? Am I supposed to go outside? Hey Andrew, are you a developer? Nope. I'm a game enthusiast who knows slightly above average, has slightly more above average Mac understanding, which makes me unique, I suppose.
You got any trouble around here? Any punks causing problems?
Okay, I'm missing this. I missed this because I can't see the prompt in 4K. So there's a little tiny prompt here. I can barely see it. It says E. Okay, it says E. So I have to press E, I can barely see that.
Been real slow this month, Sam. I was worried I wouldn't have enough.
Is free. Any luck with Tekken 8? No, I'm dying to play Tekken 8 too. I wanted to show off all my Tekken skills, but yeah. Where's the money? Where do I collect money? Go to the till. Can the M3 Pro do this at 4K? Well, it's pretty much proportional to has this crashed? Okay, just give that a moment. Why do you think people, well, yeah, I agree. I don't think hardcore VR gaming is going to be a thing. I think VR will be a kind of meme game, like iPhone games, yeah. Can the M3 Pro do this at 4K? I don't think so. Oh, it didn't crash. Just stuttered at ages. Oh, it's because of the cigarette card collected. Okay.
Where's the money?
It's on the table, brown envelope.
VR is so one-dimensional. If they are work, school, gaming, that could take off. Well, that's what the Vision AR. It's like it's almost like a computer, you know. The Vision AR is like having a Mac, but without the Mac. You know, if your Vision AR could be, if you could buy a Vision AR instead of a MacBook, I mean that could work. Why not? It can just like project Mac screens, you know, giant Mac screens into your into your augmented reality, and you know, you play a game there. You know, that could, if they can make that work, then I think that's much more likely to succeed. I think, if anything, it's just shown that quests are not the future. The quest is not the future. Closing your vision is not the future.
Used to run this next place, Tom.
And then, you know, if you compare the, okay, so Vision Pro is like $3,500 or something, right? But if that could also, if that had like an M3 Max in it as well, right? And it could replace your MacBook Pro, right? And all that stuff could work, like the clicking and the pinch mouse type gestures. You know, if you could take notes and edit documents, collaborate, in combination with an iPhone or an iPad, you know, that would be, I think people might say, yeah, I would pay $2,000 to replace all my screens in my home for a Vision headset, like a consumer Vision headset, which had like an M3 or an M4 Max chip inside or something. Heading home from work. Thanks again, Andrew. Thank you very much, Bruce, and look forward to keeping you around. And thanks for the suggestion. This is quite interesting, seeing this being properly text at a high resolution. I think that VR2 is invasive. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's too hectic. I have a VR headset and I don't use it because it's too antisocial. It's just too much. It blocks off my family, my children, and you're doing stuff, waving your hands in the air, you can't see around you. It doesn't really work as a real piece of technology that exists in the real world. It's fine for like single guys who are at home and they've got the space and everything to do everything, but yeah. Okay, trying a different game. So I'm testing out. Let's test out the game that was suggested to me earlier. So what is it? Sword thingy. Okay, I think I've tested this game enough so far. We know Mafia works. I've been playing it for over an hour. We know it definitely works. Janine, I already tried Horizon Zero Dawn. I played nearly an hour of it earlier in the stream, so definitely check it out. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna put my resolution down a bit. Let's put it down to something sensible. let's go 1440p. 1440p, okay? Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, let's do it, let's do it. So I just downloaded this half-sword demo. Let's give this a go. So I haven't tried this at all. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game. Probably hilarious. Let's do it. Vishal asks, apart from YouTube, what do you do, bro? Basically, semi-retired. Run a website called PC Gaming Wiki. I run a second YouTube channel as well, which is the tutorial channel. You know, and between all of that, I have like plenty of income. So someone's asking me, how do I afford all these Macs? Well, most of the Macs I buy, I return to after I've tested them. Okay, here it's asking me. This is the same error message that I got when running Palworld. That's interesting. Thinks I'm using an AMD chip, but I'm not. Oh, I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. But yeah, basically, I live a very comfortable. I've lived a very comfortable life because the income that I get from these YouTube tutorials is actually really good. And if I just keep making tutorials and keep helping gamers figure out their stuff, then you know everyone benefits. And I work when I feel like it, and most of my money is generated passively, semi-passively. So yeah. Okay, so this I can't, who suggested this? It was one of my members suggested it. Let me see who did it. Was this Docky who said this? Docky? Oh yeah, that message. Okay, let's try this. So somebody said let's try this game. I'm not doing on an Epic. VSync, borderless, frame rate. Okay, controls. Invert mouse. Okay, so this isn't one of those exclusive to CrossOver 24 beta. I think that what the hell is this? What? Thanks, Tim, for joining the stream. Have you figured out that Tekken 8 error yet? People have been asking. What? This is the weirdest. What? The controls of this game are really weird. Oh, so the left mouse. So the left mouse is grab. So the right hand with the left mouse and the right mouse controls the left hand. And then there's the EQ to interact. What does that even mean? Oh, I can move my arm like a what the hell? Okay, this is the weirdest game ever. Have any of you played this game? How do you interact with this? Like, can I fling the box? Oh, I just put the shoes on automatically. Okay, that's handy. How do I lift this up? I want to pick up this candle holder. What? Okay, let's give up on that. What am I doing? Hold the left mouse button. So can I just swing my arms around like a lunatic? I flung a candle over here. Can't believe that game is one of the few Unreal Engine 5 games that exist, and probably the first one who's tested it on a Mac. But it works, and it's interesting. Okay, let me look at the list. I think I might do one more. Warframe. Age of Empires 3. Let me see, Age. I haven't finished downloading it yet. That's not gonna go. Anno. Oh yeah, I've got Anno. Yeah. Let's do Anno. Do it. Ooh. Yeah, let's do. Let's see if this works. Eid Adam Mubarak. CrossOver's packaged up Wine, yes. Wine was originally made to translate Windows instruction for Linux, yeah. CrossOver includes Apple's Game Porting Toolkit. Yeah, you've explained it well. You should make a YouTube channel. Are you worried about the recent hype in AI will take Apple's focus away from gaming and into AI? I don't think there is an actual danger of. See, Apple's so big, it can focus in multiple directions. AI is just on the software side. On the hardware side, you want to be focused on, individual categories, right? And they've expanded this substantially. So you've got multiple hardware categories now: iPads, iPhones, Macs, Apple Silicon Macs, all this stuff, right, is there. So on the hardware side, there's limited capacity to produce chips, right? You've got to choose where your chips go. On the software side, there's basically unlimited real estate. If they want AI to make Siri better, make translation better, improve, the way you use your operating system, your iPhone, I don't see why not. I mean, what kind of claims have Apple made about AI that worry you? Personally, I'm not that worried. Jatok Niet Dan. I'm a dev. I've been around this stuff a long time. Was trying to answer Joe's question. Equally, I do not have any experience either running virtualization, emulation, etc. I'm just relatively okay at explaining things as well. So many Mac users are, Mac users are massively, have a huge range of different skill levels. They go from people who use Macs because they're simple, and then there's developers who use Macs because they're Unix based and they have access to all this backend terminal stuff. Let's just quit and then we start immediately. Let's run at a medium 1440p, DirectX 12. Let's try it. I haven't already played Anno before. I think maybe years ago I played it. Okay. If you don't mind going above 1440p and say the game only 15 to 20% of the time, or should I just get the M3 Pro instead of M3 Max? Sure. I would say that with the Max, it's always nice to have that headroom. You want headroom because who knows when a weird game comes out like Power World and you want the extra performance to do something. If you can afford it, just buy the better Mac. If you need help with website, let me know. I'm a web developer. What I really need is someone to clean up the Apple Gaming Wiki. I haven't really maintained it for a while. That's more of a content thing and a template design thing rather than a web dev thing. I test Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. They don't work. Yeah, because they're Vulkan based. If it was DirectX, then we could use Game Porting Toolkit to run it, but it ain't. Why is this not running? Let's run Ubisoft Connect. Do you know how well the base M2 with 8 GB RAM performs in general? It works okay, but as soon as you go over 8 GB of RAM, because it's unified memory between the GPU and the system, then it kind of turns into a disaster. You don't want to go over it. You don't want to go into swap space on your SSD. So 8 GB is not good for most big games, I'm afraid. Okay, come on, dudes. What's happening? Ooh, it's 10 M-Sync on. M-Sync is pretty important. Can you explain why CrossOver is more efficient, but it still doesn't explain why Parallels can't support the same type of games? Virtualization is very different from translation. I'm not surprised they can't get DirectX 12 to work because it's a lower level graphics API. And the thing is that Parallels don't have the benefit of the open source community to help. I thought it was cool you could play games on macOS. Now you're great at keeping me up to date with the news with it. Yeah, I do enjoy. I get excited by these like developments, which, you know, it sounds absurd because, oh well, I can play Power World on a Mac, right? I mean, so what, right? You can play it on a computer. I've got 3 PCs in this room. You know, all of them, you know, a 400 pound laptop could play Power World. But being able to play on, you know, a Mac, it's like unlocking a new universe, right? It's like you know, once you can get one game working, maybe you can get dozens more working, who knows? Bro, try Uncharted, please. I tested Uncharted on RPCS3 and on M1 Ultra, and I was getting like 15-20 FPS. So I don't think it's gonna be good. Okay, let's do it. Is the audio okay from this game? Let me know in chat if it's good. Let's do it. I'm a fixer. Engineer. Andrew MacBook. Right now, as I know, Parallel simply hasn't translated DX12 GPU instructions to Metal in their GPU virtualization. That's a major reason why it doesn't work. Yeah. I'm not much into games like this. It just takes up too much time. I like to play 20-minute arcade type games. This is why I like emulation. Yeah, well, console emulation, a bit more exciting than a strategy game involving basically microeconomics and macroeconomics and a turn-based economy game, basically colonization
Since that
game.
Day you saved my life.
Is the audio sounding okay? It's a bit jittery on my end, but if it's a good on stream, let me know in chat.
1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribble from your sister changes everything. I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is. Dynamite fishing?
Have a look.
You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food. Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite left. Don't look at me. Dynamite was your idea. Here it is. Just get plenty of distance on the...
Left click on time, select a left click to throw it.
A bird with a spear would be faster.
I need to throw out this these fish.
They're not expecting queen parrotfish. Anything with fins.
Pick up the fish. That's an efficient way to fish.
All the blistered fish they could ever want.
Let me move chat a little bit because I think this is...
What the chimichurri was that, Boom? That burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it.
Put this under here so I can actually see what's going on. Apple needs to start making AAA games. Oh, Steam was coming to Apple Silicon. I made a video a year ago saying Steam was coming to Apple Silicon. Did I say that?
When are you layabouts going to get a job? With that first bang, I knew it was you. So, come show me what you got this time. Fuera! I told you drifters before, rum don't grow on trees. Ah, that burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it. Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
I think I can run this out at a higher setting because it's going to go about 120 FPS. So let's run this at some quality mode as well. Saying restart required, but I'm pretty sure this is... Looks good to me.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind.
This is high mode.
You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter.
Also looks great. I think this is a
I
cutscene.
made a vow
Looks
to
pre-rendered
defend
to me,
you.
this bit.
And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind...
Valet asks, if I buy CrossOver, will the updates... Yes, you'll get updates for a year. If you buy CrossOver Plus, you'll get updates for the next year. So if you buy it right now, you'll get CrossOver 24. But if you want CrossOver 25, you probably need to buy CrossOver Plus next year too. And you get them forever. So if you, in a year from now, you'll still be able to use CrossOver 24. In 5 years from now, you'll still be able to use CrossOver 24. But it might not be as good as CrossOver 25 or 26, whatever comes out later. Whiskey and CrossOver are the same thing. Essentially, CrossOver is probably the most up-to-date version, and if you buy CrossOver, you're supporting the development of wine. Whiskey is very close to what CrossOver is, so you'll get a good idea of what works if you use Whiskey, but plenty of games just don't work properly because they don't have updated versions of Wine, and the gap is just going to get bigger because CrossOver 24 is going to have Wine version 8, and Whiskey, the developer of Whiskey said that they're not going to be updating Wine in Whiskey, so eventually it's just going to stop working.
The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold.
Apple should work together with Sega and make a new console. Apple do have Sega games, like the recently released Sega Sonic Dream Team. That kind of works. Apple are never going to make game console. I mean, we already have loads of hardware which does the same thing. Apple TV, iPhone, and a Mac. They could all be game consoles, but Apple's not going to make another device which is a game console. Not going to happen. They make so much money from devices which can play games, which are primarily like productivity devices or entertainment devices, like the iPad. Like, so many people play iPad games, but it's not really for gaming. It's not built for gaming. It's built to, you know, scroll Safari and look at your photos, right?
We'll never be done with this obligation.
Okay, let's get to actual gameplay. I'll wipe this. Need to build something. Farm.
Are those mountains moving?
Oh, the farm. Okay, anno 1800. Just built 5 farms. That's quick.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition?
Oh, I'm sneezing a lot today. I think Apple is mainly focused on the Apple TV, macOS, iPhone being a gaming console. I mean, realistically, you play RE4 and stuff now on iPhone. It's just not. I tried playing Resident Evil 4 on a phone. It's not really very fun, I don't think.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard, picking and choosing what he inherits. We must shelter the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family. We need every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
Trading post.
You reached a new milestone.
A new age of agriculture. So I need more farmers' residences, so... Oh, I could just build them like this. That's clever. Drag and drop like SimCity. Let's move chat back to the right now. Whoop. This game is depression. Yeah, it is. The main thing is that I know it works. I think I'm not really an Anno game player. So I think I might play something else. Something a bit more exciting for a stream. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's go. I know it works. That's enough for me. Played it for 11 minutes. That's how far I got. Let's exit. Okay. What is next on the list? What is next? Next. Age of Empires 3 did not download. Warframe. Okay. I get more excited about seeing Gates of Form, a tiny slim form factor MacBook than actually playing the games. Yes, that's me too. It's curious why game devs don't support macOS. macOS has more affluent target audience in terms of total market share. macOS isn't that bad. Macs don't have 30% market share. I think it's more like 15 or 20. Okay, Warframe. What is the macOS market share right now? Mac desktop PC market share. So Warframe is a game which is now meant to be working. 12%, 13%, yeah, low. Yeah, Steam downloads are paused because I don't need to download anything right now. Okay, I'm just gonna log in. I'm just gonna put this stream onto blank for a moment while I type in my details.
Has been getting tired of waiting patiently for your return, operator. I see.
Whoa. The game looks a bit flickery. see the graphics settings. Hmm. I'm an inverted player. Why is it all... Why is it flickery? I can see it's kind of flickery, this game. Oh no, I'm not downloading Sea of Thieves, I'm afraid. But I will try at some point. So there's a new fix that Tim's developed for Sea of Thieves, which I'll test out in the future. Warframe. So this is flickering a bit. It's a bit distracting. Let's try relaunching in DirectX 12 mode, see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, let's put MSync on as well. Oops. I played there billions while crossover randomly closes in the middle of the run. I haven't encountered that issue. Okay. Ooh, let's try DirectX 12. Let's see if that makes a difference with that flickering. How often does crossover get updated? It gets one major version per year, same as Wine. Hi Ethan, thanks for joining me live. This is my 4th live stream. Crossover gets, I'd say there's an update every 3 months, and there's a major update every year. So where it changes version number. So we're on 20, we're about to hit 10, go to 24, which I expect to happen in the next month. Affluent people don't have the time to play games. Yeah, I used to do Mac repair. So I used to go to people's houses, like very wealthy people's houses, and all the computers were Macs, and they don't care anything about gaming at all. There's a whole market which the idea of gaming is just way beyond, you know, their world entirely. They use it as the computer. It's the only computer. And there's a lot of Mac users who just never touched a Windows computer before. They have no idea what a Windows PC is. They're frankly scared of it. I played some stuff on GeForce Now. It's very good. Even with mouse and keyboard, I have 8 milliseconds of latency to the server. Well, that must mean you have an excellent internet connection too. I played some stuff. Yeah, GeForce Now. The difference is barely perceivable for me now. I used to play. Yeah, so if you live next to a GeForce Now server, then it's a pretty good alternative. The thing about cloud computing is that there are lots of the downsides are obvious, right? 8 milliseconds of lag, you know, it's extra latency which you don't necessarily need, and streaming all that data is going to make all the rest of your stuff slow. But there's other things too, like the fact that GeForce Now basically controls your whole gaming experience. So I had a friend who was playing Baldur's Gate 3, and basically when Baldur's Gate 3 got patched, there was lag between the patch and GeForce Now and the game being playable. So every time, basically the last few times it got patched, it was taken down from GeForce Now. So you're at the mercy of whatever is happening with GeForce Now servers. Also, GeForce Now doesn't have everything. There's loads of stuff which is not on there. If you have a Windows computer, then that's the best bang for buck at the end of the day. And you know, you need a computer anyway to access GeForce Now. Ideally a desktop PC. You need a PC to like work, or a Mac to work. You need You need a web browser, a real web browser that you can complete documents on. I don't know how people work without real computers anyway. Warframe is coming to iOS soon. Maybe they can port it to macOS then. Yes, but why not just run Warframe on a Mac through CrossOver? That's been better. Cloud gaming is location dependent. You need to live near a data center. Yes. As long as they make data centers everywhere, you're fine. I mean, most of the world is urbanizing. So if you live near a major city, then you're going to get covered eventually. As a general rule, I'd rather have as much control as possible. True. I agree. It's a balance between control and convenience. That's the whole thing. That's why Apple's so successful. They have, like, the iPhone is objectively has worse features, but because it's so simple to use and it fits into the Apple ecosystem, and you use an iPhone 14, it's basically the same as an iPhone 15. You don't have to learn anything new or change anything. You just type in your Apple ID and you're done, right? So that's what makes it convenient, but you lose control, right? You lose the ability to put in an SD card into your phone, or to choose a device, a phone with a headphone jack, right? You just don't have any of these choices. So but Apple have made the choices for you. They've just said, well, this is the phone we think that everyone should have, right? So and luckily for us, right, those decisions are correct for most people. And the same with the Mac as well. It's like Apple decided, yeah, we're going to have a little notch in the screen, right? We're going to make this Apple Silicon chip, and people, going for it, right? It's quite interesting. Trying to play Starfield GeForce, and there was huge wait time for GeForce when it came out for days later. Yeah. Oh yeah, the top tier subscription. That's scandalous. No mods or streaming services unless they are full PC streaming. Yeah, not as good. If you're gonna stream a full PC, you might as well just buy a PC. I mean, the thing is that PCs are not expensive, right? Like to get a PC that's gonna play, most games okay at 1080p, it doesn't cost that much money. Yeah, like Jawa, one of my sponsors, Jawa, they make you could buy pre-built PCs there, and they're just cheap. I mean, $400, right? If you look at like a GeForce Now subscription, these are expensive. Like in the UK, that's a lot. It's like £200 a year. I mean, that's half a PC. Like this, I know this is a piece of crap, right? 10 GTX 1060, right? But this little terrible PC will play so many games. It'll give you access to the full emulation library on Windows, pretty much. It'll okay. It's quite comical that they put this mini ITX in a full ATX case. Is that an ATX case? But it's got room for expansion, so you could buy the case, put in a beefier motherboard, CPU, GPU. It's got room to grow. Little anime hard drive sticker. Yeah. And that 400 versus that, if that's $100 for 6 months, that's $200 a year basically. And you could have bought half a PC with less latency. I know the graphics would be terrible, but in comparison, you wouldn't be able to play like 4K games. But at least you'd have a local computer, Why is this not working? Why does it say checking for content? What is this? Checking for content. The thing is, I like to use my Mac for everything. Yes, I don't like switching between machines. I want to do everything. Yeah. Andrew, does a significant part of your revenue come from affiliate links? Yes, affiliate links for sure, and sponsorships too. Thought you had to spend at least 3,500 euros for a PC for gaming, same price as a Mac. No way. $1,000 will get you such a good gaming PC. That's probably... I know it won't be as fast at running some games compared to, let's say, an M3 Max, but it'll be way less headache. You know, you won't have to buy a subscription to CrossOver. Things will just work. You ever buy a gaming laptop, make sure it's metal.
I see the operator can enable the mod segment now.
Okay, that
Ordis will be
you see that?
delighted to show you how to upgrade your arsenal.
There's no flickering
May I
anymore.
recommend
See,
Fire?
this is using the DirectX 12 renderer, and it ain't flickering. Oh yeah, let's turn up the FOV because this is terrible. The FOV gives a lot of you have FOV or the view because 60 yeah 90. Okay, I haven't played this game for like literally years now, literally years. My mouse is too sensitive. I don't even know how to play this game. So I don't think it really matters whether a laptop is plastic or metal, to be honest.
I've linked the mod segment
Plastic
to
is
your
going to be
arsenal
lighter.
now. No need to thank me.
Yeah.
Upgrade your warframe now. Go to the arsenal to see the weapon upgrade options you have. Isn't it beautiful, operator? The complex web of variables and synergies. Oh, the possibilities are endless! Ordis realizes modding may seem a tad overwhelming.
Okay, guys, I haven't played Warframe for ages. How do I get out of here? How do I do a mission?
Before we can continue.
Thanks for helping me out back there. I'm in your debt.
Wait, do I just go here and then...
I recognize that device. It's a parasitic.
That's the market. How do I do a mission?
Something similar to keep our robotics in line. So, to settle my debt, I give you a very expensive blueprint. For free.
This is the arsenal.
And
This is something else.
a lot of my customers don't live long with these grenade dogs
Let's go here.
up the system. Here, use your foundry to build a countermeasure device from this blueprint. Good luck.
Vor's Ascaris is burrowing into your warframe. I'm worried it will affect your mind.
Yeah, a gaming PC is
We must restore the ship's foundry
probably the best investment you'll ever make.
A nearby ore
I would say
extraction
that
colony will have the
better
foundry
than a Mac
technology you need.
in many ways.
I am certain they will share it with you.
If you
Its
need
location
a
has been
you know
added to
static
your
computer,
navigation
now the
console.
laptops I think are almost universally terrible. How do I do a mission? Let's replay a quest because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, so Mac, so Windows computers are just way more flexible, in many ways. But you know, when you have a Mac, right? I think that the main advantage of a Mac is to be able to have this high quality build, this mobile build. So I talked about this earlier in the stream. It's just this ability to have a reliable kind of mobile device, which is going to work, which is efficient, powerful. It doesn't use too much battery, has long potential all-day battery life, and I think that is just much rarer
Quick,
in
use your power.
computers.
Defend yourself.
It's a bit of stuttering here. Where are my guns? I don't have guns. What are my graphics settings at? So my borderless full screen 1440p, high FSR quality mode. So pretty high graphics settings.
It's waiting for you, but the Grenier will be hunting you. Arm yourself.
I'm unarmed, so I don't have a gun. Graphics are pretty immense in this game. The biggest pull is being Unix based. I mean, lots of people have said that to me before. It's just, here we are. It's like a giant glaive. Starting over is a good idea. The time for getting the game has changed several times, yeah. I'm only level 3. I've already done like the first mission. Here, one in Spain was promoting a 7K gaming PC. That's excessive. Getting a Mac because the build is good. Hinges are the best. This high FOV is making is quite a trippy experience. Shared clipboard between devices is so simple. AirDrop, cross-device stuff. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, you know. And you know, one thing I hate about Windows is that, you know, this doesn't really happen on desktops, right? Because you know, it's better to just buy your own desktop, to build your own desktop. But on laptops, the amount of like malware crap and stuff that, like, let's say you just install Windows 11 from scratch, right? Using on a desktop PC, right? It comes with so much crap. You know what? You get Candy Crush installed on your computer. You get all sorts of like rubbish, and then here we go, gun. And then you also get things like, you know, McAfee antiviruses, which you don't really need on a Mac. But McAfee is basically a virus on your computer, and it comes installed by default in dozens of computers. Not dozens, millions of computers. Oh, the graphics are really good in this game. Considering how old this game is, right? It's actually really impressive that it works so well.
Good. The extraction point is at the head.
I like how the DirectX 12 renderer has basically fixed all of those graphical issues that we had at the beginning. The movement is really interesting in this game. I think the FOV is too high. I put it at 90. It's too much. I can't play this game at 90. Maybe 75. 60 is too low. It is a bit flickery. It flickers a bit here, but it's much less. There's even some. Does BG3 support Metal 3 FX? No, not yet. Elvarose, the porting house, didn't have said that they have no plans to implement FSR2 or Metal FX. I think what's happened is that Larian have basically decided to like not increase the amount of features
A Tenno flows like fire over the battle terrain.
in the
Do you
Mac port
remember
of
how to
Baldur's Gate
dash
3.
on
It's already
walls?
decent, right? But the Baldur's Gate 3 port is good enough, I'd say, probably. But to be fair, Windows has gotten an awful lot more secure. Yeah, Windows is way more secure. It's just, there's just way more viruses developed. And that's purely down to like market share. The Mac is way more transparent on things like the usage of the microphone, screen recording, etc. Whereas Windows is a bit, you know, you could have like a root, something bad installed in the computer. It'd be really hard to tell it's there.
There's the extraction chip.
On macOS, you get bullied into using paid iCloud. If you only use Mac, then you don't need to use iCloud. But if you use an iPhone, it's pretty much mandatory to have an iCloud account. What the heck is a burn disk or whatever? Is that just an exe? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Who here has played Warframe? Is this a good game these days? How does it compare to like Destiny 2? I mean, I guess the main thing is that you can play this on a Mac, and they're releasing smartphone versions, whereas Destiny 2, you can't even... The anti-cheat means there's... Anti-cheat means that you can't run it through emulation there, you can't run it on Steam Deck. Yeah, macOS has SIP, which makes keyloggers impossible. You know, that's why I trust my Mac so much more. My PC is so much more flexible, so it's great for things like acting as my OBS server. But my Mac is just, I know that it's much more reliable. I know that the T2 chip is going to store my biometric data. Apple's not going to do anything funky with it. Whereas on my Windows computer, I've installed so much crap on it, I don't know if something's going to auto-update to become like a key logging malware thing. Yeah, permission requests are very reassuring. Yeah. So lots of people have mentioned in the stream that Warframe's getting an iOS port. Is it getting a macOS port? I have no idea. Is the iOS port going to play the full Warframe game, like this game here right here? Is it the same? Is it the same game? Like can an iPhone player play with a Mac user? Sorry, with a Windows user, with a console user? Apple's backing back down on sideloading. Yeah, I'm really interested in sideloading. I mean, there's only a couple of things I want from sideloading on an iPhone, like a proper emulator of games. I'm looking forward to seeing like Nintendo Switch emulation on an iPhone, something like that. That would be cool. PSP. We can already do PSP emulation quite easily. Anything which can enable JIT. Mount the DMG file. Is that a DMG file? Is a container which is basically the equivalent of an installer on a Mac, on a Windows computer. So you know, if you want to install something, then you want to be using. If it's from a legit source, it's like a DMG file. Very rarely do you get actual installer programs on a Mac. Like for CrossOver. It's not really an installer. You drag and drop your application into the applications folder, and that's pretty much it. Can I try Fairlight 84 on Steam? What is that? Okay, let's pull the switch.
Stop Stop touching me.
Is this better or Destiny 2 better? Which one's
Are
better?
my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon.
Defend
We
the ship.
require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Tenno, are you afraid? You cannot hide from these old eyes. I've marked you. You will return to me.
Pretty epic, this game. How do I change weapons? Wow. Why does Macross have control key and when the command key acts like a control key? It's just one of those Macross quirks. Warframe versus Destiny 2 is mostly coming down to personal preference. Bungie is a great developer, but lately I have heard it is in a nadir. I haven't heard that word for a while, nadir. And many players are moving to Warframe.
When you are ready,
Control has
proceed to
some
the
other
navigation
functionality not used the
console.
same way. Command is not the same as control. Very different. Okay, guys, I think I've done a really long stream now. Oh my god, 4 hours nearly. Okay. So, I think in conclusion, I think I might be ending the stream because it is nearly 11 o'clock. And it's very kind of you. 59 concurrent viewers still. That's a crazy amount of people. I appreciate you coming to the stream today. We tested out Warframe, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mafia, that weird Unreal Engine 5 Swordy game, and Anno 1800. So there's a couple more which do work really well. Planet Zoo. Oh, I didn't get a chance to do Planet Zoo. Oh my god. And yeah, let me do some chit chat for a bit. Warframe's in a pretty good state. Good. If you want to get philosophical about it, they were forced to stick to keyboard layout that was already in existence. Yes. I can feel your frustration. How the hell do you snap windows on the Mac? Like, use something called Rectangle. Rectangle's this open source software, Joe, which helps you snap windows. So I have a tutorial on how to use that on my second channel. What game is this? This is Warframe. Mac window management is not window snapping based. You need an app if you want to do it like that. Mac is designed to be workspace based, which I really hate. I mean, I know Windows has workspaces now, but I really hate it. I prefer window snapping. It was great catching up, Andrew. Till next time, please make Warframe a macOS guide. I would love to try it. Yeah, it's just basically install CrossOver 24. I will make a separate tutorial about it in the future. Loved it. Catch you next time. I will do. You have proved that Mac gaming is alive. You deserve a break for sure. Thanks, Andrew. Have I ever tried testing New World? Doesn't work. If the stream was clear enough, I guess I will rewatch it. Came in late and missed most of what you did. Yeah, check out all the games that I tested out. It's all basically CrossOver 24 stuff. Anno 1800, Mafia. I need to try Age of Empires 3 and also Planet Zoo. So those are both kind of boring games to watch, aren't they? But yeah, I'll test them out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next stream. See you later.